do the job.
Perfect. Sorry. Carry on.
No problem. No problem. Yes, and you were hailed heroes of Tribor, the wild cards, and are known now. You guys have been, hanging out, being super duper victorious today. It's near toward the end of the day, but you slew the fire giant. You saw that he was uncovering some very strange, massive uh, rod of some kind of strange magical rod, to which you promptly sold it to. I believe it was your friend who you had worked for,
Uh-huh.
Erlem Stockspool.
Yeah.
Sold it to him, and then proceeded to receive 100 quests. You guys seem to be the people to go to get stuff done. So many people came to you. There was information about going to talk to some dwarven king, about going to deliver some stuff, about meeting with a great knight, all kinds of goodness. But the party seems to have fixated themselves onto a bounty that requires collecting in the north. It seems that they have acquired themselves horses, intending to acquire this bounty and pay it off before returning to proceed east to go wrap up all the other quests more eastbound. But there's some time to prepare. There's some time to enjoy the excitement. You guys have been paid out quite well. And there's much to see and do still in Tribor. And indeed, especially you, Rock Guzzle, have been. Erlem Stockspool seems very interested in continuing to provide you with work. You responded that, like, nah, we got, like, I got to work on, like, the group image. And like,
Yeah.
I don't want to have, like, an independent career right now. I'm really into the band. Um,
That's basically
um,
how it went, yeah.
that's basically how it went. So anyway, that's where we'll pick up now. You guys have acquired much in the way of future work, loot and goods, and of course, glory in your name. I believe it is near toward the end of the day. Oh, of course, a very important note. You all also acquired the services of the local ranger, Zinda Winterbow, to help guide you through the wilderness and provide you with information about potential dangers on the road. With that, you guys, I believe, said you were going to set out tomorrow,
Yes.
but, you know, it's a
Yeah, we even
sandbox. Do whatever you want.
Well, I'm
we
gonna.
even
This,
coursed
I need to.
out a little thingy, right? Like we set out a course. We kind of have like a map.
The map
of
Map
where we're
Yeah, you
going.
guys have the
on
map.
roll 20.
Some
That's on roll 20. If you guys hop on roll 20, the map is there with all your quests.
Oh.
But yes, it seems that your plan is to head north to Xantharl's Keep. You received a tip from your very capable and not at all terrible slingshot missing friend Dars, who was able to point you in the right direction of this bounty.
Oh, I do need to buy one more thing before we head out.
You got all day, dude. You're good.
I'd like to buy a silver mirror,
A silver mirror.
a small one.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Make me an investigation check to see if you can find a silver mirror.
17.
17. You, my friend, people are like, a silver mirror, what the
Just a
fuck?
little one, like this big. Little one.
Incredible. I'm gonna go take a look here, because I think... who are they? Sorry, I'm just investigating here. That is... This is... Lion share, but recently refurbished your background. Such provisions, animal fodder up front, adventuring gear. Yeah, you could purchase that. Sorry, you could purchase that at the Lion's Share.
Okay.
Yeah, you go in, you see Narth, and he goes, "Hey, how's it going? Good to see you."
Oh, hi. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. Oops, just copied your accent. British. All right. So you're looking to buy a silver mirror. I could hook you up with that, no problem.
And how much did that cost?
I don't know how much is this. Is there a price value on this material component?
There's steel mirrors on there, but it doesn't say how much a silver mirror is.
Oh, it's gonna be worth a little more.
Yeah.
Is there, could I find a mirror in the adventuring gear? Let's find
Steel
out.
mirror is 5 gold pieces.
Steel mirrors, 5 gold pieces,
Yeah.
but it's made of silver? It's probably, oh,
And it's a
jeez.
little one, not a big one.
Got it. Damn, I can't find it. I guess I'm blind or something. I can't find it in there, but I believe you. I think for silver, but it's tiny. We'll just chalk it up to like double the price. I think 10 gold pieces if this one will do, and it's like a tiny little like hand mirror. It'll fit in the palm of your hand.
Okay. And she'll give him the 10 gold. Thank you.
All right, is there anything else I could do for you?
Not sure. Anybody else need anything?
I need sleep.
Yes, but it's still early in the day.
Yeah, I'll say you guys have been busy. I'll say it's like mid-afternoon. You're getting close to
Okay.
sunset. The
We'll have
rain's
to,
out there drinking and shit. Rock Guzzle, yeah?
The only thing I need to do is pick up my armor from the dwarf.
Got it. Yeah, easily done. Yeah, I believe we said like, yeah, that'll be done.
Oh, it wasn't from the
Yeah.
dwarf, it was from what's his nuts.
Oh yeah, it was Moffitt. That's the one.
The guy
I'm
you've
picking
been
up.
flirting with.
From
Yeah, Althavir. You go find Althavir and you find this.
Here.
Yeah, he's made for you, perfectly to your goblin size. An excellent fit. Almost regal in its like slight embellishments within, but sort of black dyed leather. But even that regalness has a sort of like costume ostentatiousness that fits your sort of sword juggler apparel. An excellent set of armor.
Cool.
I hope it's what you've been looking for. Hope I could make that proper.
It looks great. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, let me know if you ever need anything else with any leather working done.
Will do. We might be heading out of town for a few days though, so thanks though.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll see you in a couple days then. You keep an eye on yourself.
Nice.
Only going up from here.
Right. I'm sure we'll be hearing about you. He looks at the 3-foot-tall juggler circus goblin. He goes, "Yep."
So
I'll
like
be
a
hearing
little
about you.
Harlequin hat.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
Rock Guzzle.
Oh, that's cool looking.
Is that
Yeah,
your
let's
costume
follow
made?
up on Lex.
I'm gonna be taking away the hat later.
Okay.
Oh,
I just wanted to know if I had to put it in the picture.
I
For
love
good
them.
reason. 'Cause
What a little
As-
freak.
as cute as those little jingles are, Lexi, they failed like 3 stealth checks the first
Yeah.
session. And we were all like, maybe you shouldn't jingle if you're hanging out.
Maybe not putting a bell on the robe. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to give you disadvantage. I didn't want to give you
Yeah.
disadvantage, but I was like,
No, when we go to long rest, I'll be taking it off, and I got a new little hero force thing to show everyone when that happens.
nice.
It looks
nice.
sick. And it still it looks sick. It definitely made me
It's
be
a
like,
cool look. It's a very cool look. Hell yeah. All right. Yep. 12 wander by, and they probably say something like, "Oh, that guy's awesome. That guy over there. You'd think he's a goblin worth killing, but he's not. He's pretty cool. It's pretty cool."
I wave to the one who I know personally at this
Yeah.
point.
The one guard.
Yeah, the
is-
Chad.
Yeah, the Chad guard who's like, "Saw it. How you doing, man?"
Dude.
And he just keeps riding. That guy's awesome. What about Durain? You up to any? You said you just wanted to like carouse, right?
yeah, he Durain partied all night after like celebrating. So he might like be recovering. Like he celebrated, he was on top of a table playing a little flute, getting his Andre 3000 on. He was doing it.
Well, remind me, did we get a long rest, or is this still?
I think it's
Oh,
still
we're
the
still in the
day.
middle of the day.
Still in the middle of the day. So Durain's still in there, just
Yeah.
going for it, partying, drinking. People are just feeding him drinks.
Like he's embellished the story, you know, he's told like but I will say every time it does come up to it, he does remember his moment where he like, you know, kind of fubbed it. And he's like, yeah, man, party, banter, you know, like so that's just what he's been doing because his armor won't get here until we hopefully come back.
All right, fantastic. You're just partying hard. Niana, Rock Guzzle, is there anything else that you guys would like to do today?
Just a question. I have the holy symbol.
Mhm.
So does that like as my totem, I guess you could say?
A holy symbol, no, does not count as a totem.
It's
That
not
is-
okay. So like for spells that need like copper wire and all those little things, I need the materials.
Well, you're a cleric, right?
I'm a cleric and I have sorcerer. I'm like taking sorcerer as well.
Oh, for sorcerer, you'll require an arcane focus. Your holy symbol will be like, it'll be a focus for your clerical abilities, but a sorcerer requires an arcane focus as opposed to a holy
Okay.
one.
And I'm guessing I can't just buy one.
Yeah, you can buy one,
Really? Okay, let's do that too.
or you can carve your own. If you want to spend the
Oh.
rest of the day, I'll say like you could go and like make yourself a wand or something.
Okay, let's do
Are
that.
you proficient with that? With any of those tools?
No, I have my herbalism kit. Proficient.
Herbalism kit. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe an Arcana check because it sounds like you're just starting into the arcane. We'll see how much you know about arcane focuses.
15.
15. Okay. You know that there are a couple of arcane focus options. There are crystals, there are orbs, rods, staves, and wands. Staves and wands require wood carving tools. You don't need to be proficient necessarily, but you would need the tools to carve them out. Maybe you can find them around town. A rod is sort of metal, so that requires smithing. An orb would be glass blowing, and crystal, that's just, you gotta go find a cool crystal.
Okay. I think a cool
Uh,
crystal would be really neat. Make it into a necklace.
Hell yeah. If you want to go out into the wilderness and kind of go looking in through crystals, looking out for crystals, you absolutely can do that.
Okay.
Why don't you make me a survival check to see if you can track down a crystal worth 10 gold pieces? This is going to be a little difficult.
That is
So it's
a 19.
19. Okay, let me think. 10 gold piece crystal. Oh, this is the wrong book. You don't find anything worth 10 gold pieces. You find a couple of, like, nice sort of, like, tiny little, like, I don't know, it's very much sort of like panning for gold, but a 10 gold piece gem, you don't just stumble upon it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fine.
But, you know, you could probably purchase one in town.
Okay. Is there a jewelry shop?
No, there's no jewelry shop, but there is the lion's share, and then there is, of course, you did hear from your date about this this giant manor on the hill that is occupied
Yes.
by a wizard.
Perhaps a little visit to the wizard might be in order.
All right, you clamber up the hill, make your way to find the grouchy old wizard that you've heard so much about. Roll me a d20 just for fun. Let's see what happens.
6.
6. Okay, you're lucky. You wander over to this place, this manor known as Boar's Rest. Up on the ridge, you find this beautiful, beautiful home. You walk onto the estate and knock on the door. No one comes to the door. You knock again.
I'll knock a little harder this time.
Maybe just like a flat charisma check. See how convincing your knock is.
15 plus 3, 18.
18. You knock, you're persistent, stubbornly so, until the door finally swings open. And you are going to see this mage, dressed adequately for magecraft, so to speak, with, robes and such, rather dark skin, sort of crotchety old looking guy. He goes, all right, all right. Who the hell are you? What do
And
you want?
she smiles very nicely and, oh, my name is Nienna. I'm new to the town, and I was wondering if perhaps you could assist me in acquiring a crystal of some sort, if perhaps you have any for sale.
Make a persuasion check.
16.
16. Crystal. You want me to sell you a crystal?
Crystal, a wand, some sort of way to focus my
Oh.
energy.
He sort of looks you up and down, and he says, a wand isn't going to do you any good. You're a cleric. What are you talking about?
I've been studying, and I think I'm about ready to try what I've been studying.
All right, then. Show me. Show me something.
Okay. And she'll focus for a second. And what can I do without material?
Cantrips.
Yeah, well, some cantrips say it needs a material.
Mm-hmm.
Components. Oh, melee weapon. Okay. She will draw her mace and flick it out like so, and
Mhm.
green flame blade will just from it.
A green flame emerges from it for the first time. You said you were a sorcerer?
Yeah.
Okay. He looks, kind of nods his head with interest and says, you said you were studying to do that?
Well, it's something that I feel like I can do this, and I've been practicing, I guess you could say. Like, I'm not reading books or taking lessons from anyone per se.
All right, all right. You want a arcane focus? Fine, fine, fine. What do you want? You want a wand? You want a staff? I have a couple laying around.
I was hoping for perhaps a crystal, something I could wear around my neck.
You are aware you're going to have to hold the crystal in order to cast with it?
Uh-huh.
Fine, fine. All you young people trying to be all cool, making necklaces and nonsense. Very well, very well. I'll, a crystal. Very well. I want 15 gold pieces.
Okay. She's not going to argue with them.
All right.
She'll hand over 15 gold.
All right. He takes 15 gold from you, and then he slams the door. Doesn't slam it, but he closes it pretty gruffly.
Okay. Nina's gonna
Wait.
just kind of look around, like, okay. Dismiss the green flame blade.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's only like a flare, and then it's gone.
Yeah,
so you're
yeah.
good there. Roll me a d12.
D12. Interesting. That's a 4.
4. Just when you're starting to go, did he just take my money and, like, ditch me out here? Just as that sort of thought starting to come to your mind, the door opens once more. And he comes out and puts in your hand a translucent, or excuse me, he puts this, it's almost like an egg. Egg in shape, very smooth, and it has circles of gray, brown, and green
Okay.
across it, sort of almost Easter egg like, but it's natural.
Okay.
And he says, "There, that should
And-
serve as an arcane focus for someone like you."
And she'll turn it around her hands. Oh, it's lovely. Thank you.
Whatever.
I was
Anything
wondering,
else?
if
Oh,
there's
no.
anything you needed help with around town. We've been helping the others, and might as well offer since I'm here.
I need help with some peace and quiet. Could you deliver that to me?
And she bows her head.
Good. Closes the door.
And she'll shake her head a bit and kind of like, okay.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick.
Yeah, it's okay.
And with that, you have acquired an arcane focus from a pretty prominent mage, a skilled mage. Is there anything else that the wild cards would like to do today? Nope. All right. With that, Rockguzzle and Nienna will find themselves to a very peaceful slumber back at the inn, and able to acquire a long rest, with happy dreams and with perhaps dreams of in heightened sorceress power and perhaps dreams of growing fame. But meanwhile, across town, Dorain's still up in there, just going for it. People are partying all night, feeding him drinks. Dorain, you're definitely going to sort of wake up at a table or maybe in the grass outside or something like that. I'll say take a level of exhaustion because that's a heavy night of drinking, my friend.
Good way to start a long journey, you know?
No better way to start a great journey into the savage frontier. But before... God damn it. I was trying to stall long enough to be able to get this mini out and useful, but Hero Forge is taking a sweet time. We are going to go to the countryside today. So while this is all happening, I'm just going to keep an eye on this, keep clicking this, and hopefully that super cool mini will show up. There is... I'm going to send you a quick message,
Oh, sure.
Max, here on the Zoom. Just so I make sure I'm getting my details right. It was the only real question I had.
That is in the chat window. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Grammar's fucking awful. Excellent. Cool. Just wanted to be sure about that. There is a horse with its rider riding down the road with a very with a squire, not a squire, but a retinue, a retainer down upon their side as they begin to travel through the countryside, not too far from Tribor. Lex, would you like to describe what your character looks like?
Yeah. So Silas is a fairly tall human. On the ground, they look even taller because they're in like relatively heeled riding boots, kind of well polished armor, very tailored fabrics like bright reds and whites. He has very dark hair, almost black, blue eyes, well built, clearly athletic, and clearly also carrying a few weapons. There's like a halberd that's just slung across the horse saddle on one side, and there's still a sword in its sheath as well. Yeah, and currently he is very tired because it's been a full day of traveling on horseback. Yeah.
So I will say it is the very early morning. Being someone of your station, I imagine it's a rise to early sort of situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you find yourself riding down the road, and you find yourself near toward this roadside tavern. And you can hear sort of a lot of singing and a lot of song going on inside the actual tavern. People sort of enjoying themselves, and they're singing this rather loud tale. The detail, it's a little muffled because you are outside after all, but people are clearly enjoying themselves. And you'll hear from down below, your retainer will look up at you, and is going to say, Sir Silas, might I inquire, I'm sure we are quite close to town, but these roadside taverns, the prices are rather well and good. I would be very appreciative if we could take a moment for me to purchase some new cooking utensils.
Oh, certainly. How much could they cost? Like 90 gold?
No, that's quite all right, sir. I would not wish to sully you with such simpleton costs, but I assure you it is not of grand expense.
Oh, well, that's a relief then, because I did not have that much on me.
I had brought a small pittance that your father passed along to me for the sake of such simplicities for making your journey more comfortable.
Oh, thank you, Eb. Hey, by all means, what are they singing in there? Is that a new one?
It's not one that I have ever heard, sir, but if you give me just a moment to go purchase the things, perhaps you might partake in some of the carousing going on within. I should only be a minute.
Oh, certainly, it's the best way to get the feel for the locale. Yeah, let me hitch up Chevy and I'll head on it.
Ah, very good, sir. And he will sort of depart into the back rooms of this tavern to purchase some cooking utensils. And you may find your way within to hear what all the hubbub is about. There's some song being sung, one that indeed you have not heard of. I want your mini to arrive so badly because it's so cool, but
It's okay.
um, either way, we find ourselves within this tavern, and there is a bard. There we go. We got a bard. We got some people drinking. I'm gonna go get some people who are drinking. Come on, humans. Humans like to drink. Oh, there's a bard wench, or a bar wench. And yeah, so people are kind of in there. You find your way within. The person singing a tale. Oh boy, here goes my improv skills. And goes. So came the great fire giant and slew it they did. Jumped upon its back and Rod Guzzle stabbed it in the throat. Everyone goes, down it went as the goblins slew it thus. Blood poured upon the streets and all knew the day had been saved. And everyone goes, woo! Because Tribal be saved by these heroes thus. The Wildcards had come and slain the dragon thus. And everyone, yahoo! They go, orcs and axe beaks, fiery goblins, none could stood tall against the Wildcards' justice, and all, yahoo! And everyone's sort of celebrating, and says, beware thee who do evildoers do, for the Wildcards come to slay even you, and they, yahoo! They like applaud and celebrate. And you haven't heard this tale before, nor anything about this wild card adventuring group, but everybody in here is this great excitement for the song. Maybe an insight check, if you'd be so kind.
Oh, sure. Should I just roll a physical die, or?
You roll whatever you like. Digital or physical.
Alright. That's actually a natural 20.
Oh, fucking perfect! That's
Which
a
would
good
be
way to
a
start.
19,
good way to
because I have a
start.
-1.
That'd be a 19. You look around, and you've been in a couple taverns by now, and you haven't really seen this sense of excitement. You've heard bards sing with similar amount of skill, but not this much excitement. It gives you the feeling that this is a brand new tale. This isn't something that people are hearing this sort of the first time, a brand new tale, maybe of a fresh adventure, perhaps.
Is the bartender or the innkeep currently busy serving someone, or is everyone kind of clustered around the bar at the moment?
Everyone's sort of clustered around the bard, and the bartender even listens with excitement, which adds to the idea that this is probably recent. If the bartender hasn't heard this, it's got to be recent news.
Yeah, Silas will head up towards the bar then and just kind of gesture towards the bard. I'm sorry to bother you, but do you know who he's talking about? Like, where did this happen?
Of course I do, good night. Of course I do. Pull up a stool. He's been singing about it all morning. Apparently, there was a big fire giant attack on Tribal just a ways down the road, and this adventuring company, known as the Wildcards, slew them all. There was, they told that there was orcs riding on axe beaks. There was armored monsters coming in. There was these fiery goblin creatures, and these 4 adventurers with the help of the little townsfolk, just slew all of them and slaughtered the fire giant commanding them and saved the town. It happened just yesterday.
Oh, that's perfect. I mean, not for Tribal. Well, good for Tribal because they got saved, but bad for getting attacked. But that's just on the way. I've never heard of them. Are they new?
They must be brand new. I never heard of no Wildcards before, but they
Oh.
sound to be great heroes of legend.
Interesting.
You
And
should,
a
you should hear the
giant, you said?
feats they. Oh, indeed, a fully armored fire giant. You should hear the board tells it better, but he came wearing black armor from hell. He had a sword made by a god, and they came in with nothing but their courage and their wits and slaughtered the fire giant right then and there.
Oh, I just have to meet them.
Oh, you should hear tales of them. They say that they have a cleric who calls upon God their God themselves, and that God came down to the field and scattered the enemies. They say that there was this one knife dancer who jumped upon the back of the fire giant and cut his throat from his head. And there was also this holy warrior of nature who called upon nature to descend upon his enemies. And there was explosions of godly flame. You wouldn't believe it if you heard it, but it happened just down the road. It must be true.
Oh, it has to be. I've never been lied to in my life.
Oh, I have. He gives you like 1,000-yard stare.
Well, hopefully not today.
Well, you could ask the bard more about it if you like, or you can head into Tribal and meet them for yourselves. I hear one of them has such a constitution that he drank from sundown to sunrise, nary even showing his drunkenness.
What a champion. How far is Tribord? It's been a little bit on the road. I haven't seen a sign for a minute.
Oh, not too far at all. Good night. He's only about 3 miles down the road.
Oh,
Should
then
get
I
there
can-
within the hour.
No, easily. Well, thank you for that. I think I will just go to Tribord and ask the adventurers themselves then.
Very well, good night, very well. At which point your retainer enters within and says, he goes, Sir Silas, I've acquired all the necessary goods, sir. We may continue our journey if you so please.
Yes, we're going to be having a detour. We're heading to Tribord now.
I see, sir. For what purpose, if I might ask?
Well, I heard there were some adventurers there, and given the givens, I don't think I'm gonna meet anyone more interesting, at least until Waterdeep. So, it's just so much more close, more convenient. No reason not to go there.
I couldn't imagine if you think that they're interesting enough to meet, then surely they're interesting enough to meet. Right away, sir. I'll go get your horse ready.
Thank you.
And he departs and sort of prepares your horse for riding. And with that, you can sort of jump upon your steed and begin down the road on your new quest to meet these great heroes of legend that you have heard so little about. And with that, we are going to find our way back to Tribor. To where these great and magnificent heroes dwell. Durain, you peel yourself off the front lawn with definitely like grass streaks along the side of your cheek. You feel awful. Is the only way to say it. But then you remember you're a great hero and you feel a little better.
Heck yeah.
You feel like a little, perhaps the reason you woke up, a little like sort of kick to your foot. And you turn around to see Zindra sort of standing over you, looking down at you, going, "Have a nice night."
I do. I click the bottom of my spear with each horn tip, and then my shield. It's kind of like we're back in the game, and I'm trying to hold together. I don't remember. I had many nights last night.
Ah, you had many nights. That's good to
Yeah,
hear.
and the scars to prove it. Were you there? I hope I didn't say anything to you. Sometimes I say things, I don't mean it, but I do say it.
Oh, yeah, you said a thing or two, but
Hmm.
you know what they say.
Does does this start right now? Is this are you charging me for this right here? Is this or
You
us
said we
rather?
leave tomorrow, so yeah, I guess I am charging you.
Oh, so okay, so not all right. Yeah, because I have been on a bit of a spree with my money, and it it's sort of just one thing after another.
Right. Right. Well, it's a good thing that your friends are rich. Or at least for the next day or two, perhaps.
They're very rich. Can you give me a moment? And he turns just his head and it's just like, like
Oh,
it's,
no.
he's like, it's like all like fluids. And he just like turns back. He's like, where were we? I should watch. I should. This is bad, right?
She just sort of like walks away.
Yeah.
He just
And
kind of like walks towards the inn.
yeah, that's where Durain's going. Like he's looking for Rock Guzzle and Vienna. He'll probably walk
Incredible.
up to like he'll walk into the end and all that, and like if there's like a front area, he'll be like, is Rock Guzzle here or near that?
Yeah. There's a sort of sitting room. It's an inn, so there's like a lounge place for getting drinks and such. And you find your way once more to the. This is a complicated module. Oh, where were you staying? I believe it is. Yes. Oh no, that's Othvir's.
It's the right place.
That's not.
'Cause
Sorry.
the dogs are there. They said that's the right place because the dogs are there.
Oh yeah. Oh right. This is. I did prepare. Because I am intelligent. You find your way to the North Shield House. That is the name of the inn. You guys kind of make your way into where the German shepherds are sort of laying around lazily, and the bartender is, or the whatever her name is, Urgula is around, sort of just kind of like sweeping up. And she kind of looks over at you, Durain, as you're, and the half elf Zindra, who's sort of standing a little over here. And yeah, you ask, and she says, she goes, of course, they are sleeping upstairs. It is still quite early. You're welcome to take a seat, and I'm sure they'll be up in a moment, darling. Do you need a bucket of water or something there, Drain?
I need lots of water.
Okay.
I would love any of it. And my are you so you work here and this is your life and stuff.
This is my home. Yes.
Oh yeah,
My
yeah.
inn.
I
I own the inn.
so how early is too early for say a wake up knock of sorts? Is now too early?
Well, I don't know the disposition of your friends too well, but I if you think now's the right time, Durain, now might be the right time.
And these quarters, do they happen to have say a sort of a something I can sit in and wash myself?
You mean like a bathtub?
Yes, like a bathtub.
Yes, if you want a bathtub, you could you don't have to pay me for the whole day, but I could let you purchase the bath if you want for this morning.
Yeah, he considers, and he does need to start saving money, and this might be the best time to start saving some money.
Oh,
3 silver pieces and you can have a bath this morning.
Oh, okay. Never mind. That sounds perfect. And he does that.
All right, because you pass over 3 silver pieces, you make your way upstairs to a room that has like a tub. One of the people who work here, one of the maids, is going to start hauling hot water to sort of fill your bath. And you can start like laundering your own clothes and stuff like that, and that'll take a little bit, and it'll give Rock Guzzle and Yenna time to wake up at a more appropriate hour. By the time that Durain has sort of cleaned himself up, Yenna and Rock Guzzle, you find yourself waking up. The birds sing, and it's another wonderful day.
Rock Guzzle does not come out of his room immediately.
Understood. So Nienna, you will make your way down first. I'll say Durain is sort of finishing up upstairs, and you see Zindra Winterbow sort of sitting at a table, muddy boots sort of kicked up, just sort of like having having a drink. Her plate's empty. She had a little morning breakfast. She sort of just kind of like gestures with the tankard as if to say good morning.
good morning. How are you?
Says, "I'm good. I have How could there be anything but a good morning? I'm employed and I have a good breakfast in my belly.
For sure. Hmm. May I join you?
Of course.
And she'll sit down and do a little bit of a stretch, pluck at her hair a little bit, coif herself. She just woke up.
Right. And remind me, you guys said that you were going to pay her up front for a couple of days.
Uh-huh.
Have you guys done that yet?
I don't
think you
remember.
have. I don't think you guys have paid her up front yet. But correct me if I'm wrong, if any of you can remember.
I think we paid.
Yeah,
I
know-
recall handing over gold and someone getting change.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. No, that makes sense. Yeah, she asked for it up. So the reason, and this is sort of like a backstory you guys don't know about, but she asked for the money up front so she could go purchase a horse. She told you she had a horse. She didn't have a horse, so she asked for the money up front so she could go buy a horse. So
I distinctly recall Nienna getting change for a couple of gold, I think.
Yeah, I think we paid her right when Doreen brought her like in the tavern to the table. Like, I don't think she took the gig without being paid. I thought that was like the
Yeah.
All right. So, and she's paid up for a couple days. I believe she's paid up for like Mirabar and back. So I'll take a minute and figure that out. But in the meantime, yeah, you sit down and you can eat. And if you want to purchase a meal for today, Nienna, for the whole day that'll be 5 silver pieces. So you sit down, you have a little breakfast with Winterbow. We'll say Durain comes down next, shortly thereafter, and then Rockguzzle.
Rockguzzle does not leave his room.
Oh, okay. So no, not Rockguzzle. So Durain, you kind of come down, looking much better.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a big breakfast. I'm gonna get whatever the hungry man is in this place. Like
all right. Tell you what. So why don't we say 5 silver for the standard breakfast, and you also buy yourself like a big loaf of bread and some cheese with it. So that's an extra like 2 silver.
Okay, cool. So that's 14 silver total.
Oh no, that'll be much less than that. So the meal is 5, so 7 silver.
Oh no, yeah, but I was including the bath too.
Oh, then yeah, that would be 7.
That was
would be
me
10
just
silver.
doing math aloud. But
Gotcha.
alrighty. Cool.
All right, you guys kind of sit down there, the 3 of you, and await your companion. And as the time ticks on, Rockguzzle doesn't seem to come out of his room.
I should check on him.
Yeah, I'm just yes, that's good. Why isn't he down here? I thought you they said you had rooms here.
I'll go check on him. I'm not sure
As
why
you
he's
leave
not
and
up yet.
Drain is throwing food in his mouth, just like just absolutely scarfing food. Winterbow gives you a little look, like a very subtle look of like, why are you leaving me with him? But you go. Yeah, you head upstairs and you knock on Rockguzzle's door.
Knock, knock, knock.
There is no answer.
Rockguzzle, are you there? Knock, 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 knock.
No response.
And I'm gonna just kind of look over my shoulder and then try to open the door.
It's open.
Okay. And I kind of open the door and I'm coming in now. Are you decent?
Inside, you kind of see that Rockguzzle's almost like in a trance, and like around him are kind of like psionic floating cards. He's also at some point sliced off like the belt, like the sort of the adornments of his jester hat, so it's just a hood now with his ears poking out. But he
Rockguzzle?
is just like in a trance-like state.
Nia is going to kind of take a couple steps forward, and she's going to use thaumaturgy with her voice,
Oh shit.
and
Nice.
with a booming voice, Rotgazol!
He snaps out of this like weird trance, and the floating cards around his head just like dissipate, and he kind of like, that was weird.
Oh,
Also, really loud. What the hell?
you weren't answering, so I thought I'd give it a little boost.
All I could think was cards. Just my mind was nothing but playing cards. What time is it?
They were floating around you, and it's getting quite late in the morning.
Wait, what? Those were real?
And yes,
Just so everyone's clear, this is a metaphor for gambling addiction.
Yeah, I'll come down. And he kind of like sort of twiddles his fingers a bit and like wild cards, and like a bunch like a almost like a hand of cards appears in his palm.
Very cool.
that's a
Very
neat
fucking
trick.
cool.
Look at that.
You know what?
Let's go. Let's go see the others.
Yeah, let's just go see the others. And the cards disappear. He walks down.
And Nia's kind of look at it like, okay, I've known you for 24 hours. I'm not going to question it.
Who's a soul knife?
Level 3 is crazy, dude. Everybody goes through something. Either alcoholism or
Yeah,
flying
like,
magical cards or
Yeah,
I like to play Oath of the Ancients as like, oh, you're like, Durain's partying was him leveling up. That's why he was with the people. That was my thinking in my head.
Okay. So I actually want to. I like to have a quick. I like to have something kind of important happen with the paladins because you undertake your oath. So here's what I want to say, Drain. As you're sitting there and you're just guzzling food and you feel like the food and the water and the bath and everything is sort of clearing your mind a little bit. You kind of like it's drawing your attention almost in sort of the haze of this sort of rocky morning. You feel sort of the wind outside just sort of like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's just like it draws your attention, the direction of the wind, and this sort of this sort of western wind sort of just draws your attention, it sort of pulls to you in a way.
Okay, I like that because yeah, I should explain that. Thanks for showing that, Nate. My thinking is I like the approach of Oath of the Ancients being that like it speaks in a way of pure nature, but the truth is like the way of like it's like considering that like it's like culture based. You know what I mean? It's like do right by the little guy sort of vibes. Like I don't know if you've heard that like because people have talked about like the different approaches to Oath of the Ancients. And I kind of want to mix two of them with like I want to mix the like pure nature warrior aspect, but also like the man of the people, you know. So that's why he was wanted him to be with the locals.
Absolutely. But yes, this wind outside the wind, it draws to you, it sort of calls to you. There's something sort of inside you, sort of almost related to the conviction you feel when you bring forth these holy smites. Just you feel a connection to that western wind that seems to pull at you. Do you react or do anything about that, or?
Absolutely. Like I think she like Cinder could see that like it catches me. I like look forth like that kind of like I feel bad, but it's kind of like you know the Rock breathes in when he's on the top rope. I think Durain takes like a good breath and like feels like very good in that point in that direction. It I don't know if he's gonna approach it like immediately, but he definitely it'll be like it's there. Like he takes like a really living breath, which like someone who's been husky and dry heaving all morning, I think that stands out.
Sort of clarity.
Yeah.
She's just kind of She's just kind of on the opposite end of the table. She's just kind of like, I don't know, waiting for Durain and Rootwood to, or excuse me, Durain and Rockguzzle to, God damn it, Nienna and Rockguzzle to return. She's just kind of like idling away.
The winds feel nice today. The winds feel nice.
We're inside, Durain. What do you mean the winds feel nice?
I wish I could explain, but that's just it felt right to say it right now, you know. It just I feel positive, happy. You know, I think I I I hope it's a sign of our journey starting well.
Cool. That's
It-
great.
There's some really good breakfast too. It might just be delicious breakfast. I don't know. I usually it's hard to say, but I since being away from home, the air has felt different, and I well, it's starting not to feel different. So it's I'm I I'm from far from here. It's as you can imagine.
That's very interesting. Where are you from?
Um, hmm. I like look at her because I've kind of dug myself in here. I'm from the Viridian Vine. It's a forest. It's far from here, but not too exactly far. And I've been I've been sent away, and I'd rather not get into why just yet, as we already have plenty to do. But I it's I do miss it. You know, I'm not going to say I don't want to besmirch the grass of Tribord, but the grass is better there. Leaves are better there, and but that just might be personal preference. Where are you from? Are you from here? You're a mercenary, so I assume you travel.
I'm from all over. I've been up and down the Savage Frontier many times over.
So in a way, has the Savage Frontier become your home?
I'd say my home is where my boot lands. I don't really call anywhere home. I don't really have family or anything. I just kind of I go where the coin or the nature takes me.
Ooh, you're hard. And I meant that as like she's badass.
Uh,
I
yeah, she's hard. She goes, well, thanks. I mean, I have people I care about. Like, I mean,
Ooh.
I'm a member of the Emerald Enclave, so you know, you see people on the road. That's a good way to keep fellowship amongst naturalists.
Oh. And this has that given you some community? I couldn't imagine life alone. Oh man, I just it's you just you're alone with your own stuff, and sometimes that stuff is it's clingy.
I'm not alone. Like I said, I've got, you know, my friends in the Enclave, and have purpose. You know, I'm not just out here to make coin. It's about respecting nature and respecting civilization and recognizing that they're both important and they both need to be protected from one another. So I guide people, and the money's good, but it also makes sure that none of you stumble on some bird's nest or get yourself killed by wolves.
Absolutely. I hope this doesn't paint a bad picture of me, but I do feel a lot better with you here. These are, like I said, foreign lands, and the idea of traversing them as far as we have to go without someone who knows them just seems, well, it seems messy without a need for it.
People from towns are messy. They stumble everywhere and they make a lot of noise, and that pisses off the birds and the bees, and someone's got to look out for both, and that's what the Enclave does. So, you know,
Have you been
make a
with
little
them
money on the
long?
way. Yeah, I've been with them for a couple years now.
Oh.
I don't go to like conventions or anything, but yeah, I see them along the road.
I think Nina, I guess Nina and Rocco can come downstairs now.
Understood? Yeah, you guys come making your way down the stairs.
Rock Guzzle! Your ears! Where did your ears go? And I stand up alarmed and I'm like patting because I thought this whole time he had little ears under that. Well, big ass ears.
No, these are my actually those were just adornments, and I think we all knew that they had to go. They were a liability. My sneaking duties.
No more jingles?
No more jingles.
Did you toss them? Because maybe we can I don't know make them into a little I don't know something to put on our wrists. I don't want to lose your jingles.
They're in they're in my pack.
Okay, good. Keep those there. We'll make use of those. You
Just
and I start patting them now. This is nice, by the way. This is great.
kind of like rubs his head a little bit. Did any of you experience psychic apotheosis?
I don't know if I can say that word.
Okay, so
Here,
not
let me
you.
try.
Yeah, Winterbow is
Apotheosis.
like, what's an apotheosis?
I just feel as if I thought about it really hard, I could hear your thoughts.
What?
Let's just stare off for this for a second. Anyway, bounty hunting, right? To the north.
To the north.
Wait, you just said you can hear our thoughts.
If I think really hard about it, yeah. I think I could do it.
Can you hear my thoughts right now?
Just for demonstration's sake, I'm gonna use my psychic whispers to
Okay.
let's see how long we can do it for. Oh boy, we can communicate for 6 hours. Niana, Rock Guzzle, and Durain can now, well, telepathically speak with me. And so you hear Niana and Durain, you hear, testing. I kind of like put my hand in my head, like in Baldur's Gate.
You also, I guess all three of you, suddenly feel, maybe Rockuzzle, you're getting a little more this morning, having this feeling of sort of like a mental, like it's not all within your skull. It's sort of you're connected with everything outside. But you two feel for the first time, your minds sort of open up to the world beyond your skull, and you feel Rockguzzle tether the three of you together, and you all can read each other's thoughts.
I just do this.
You hear, I wonder if he can hear my thoughts.
Yes, I can hear them. I can hear them. Oh gods.
He can hear my thoughts. Wait, you can hear this, Rock Guzzle?
Yes, I can hear it.
Oh, this is just like talking without moving our mouths.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, I thought it'd be more spiritual.
Indeed.
Zindra goes, I should have charged you all more.
Like the table just falls silent. We're just glaring, just like, whoa, what?
Yeah, you're all just like looking at each other like this, and she's like, I'm gonna go get my horse ready. She just gets up and she leaves.
Well, I suppose we should head out soon. Where is I gotta get that razor beak. Where is he? If I was drunk, where did he stay?
Where did you leave your axe beak?
I'll
say,
hero of Triborn in his own right, mind you. He killed like he got a pretty good kill, pretty good critical.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. I'm gonna just say your axe beak is. I imagine you would have like, sort of lashed up your axe beak somewhere,
think it was
before you
Sable
went to excessive drinking. So your axe beak is well and secured. For the life of me, I can't find a mini, so we're gonna stick with the goose.
Yes.
It'd feel weird if it wasn't the goose.
It would be wrong if it wasn't the goose by now.
Exactly.
So all of you have your horses, and one of you has your axe beak.
Nina's gonna
and I
make sure
will-
that Rockazel eats before they leave.
Yep. Rock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Rock Hustle, you can mark off that. I believe it was 5 silver for a meal today.
Yep.
That'll cover your rations. I believe we've already handled all of the like feed and all of that nonsense. But yeah, you guys can all mount up and prepare for your journey. I will say, Derain, as a just to bring the importance of the flavor, you know that you are ready to undertake your oath, but indeed you must undertake your oath with a cleric who is prepared to do so. Or someone, it could be like a knight or someone, but someone who sort of understands the relevance of the oath of the ancients. And until you do that, I'll say that you don't have access to your channel divinity yet.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Cool. All right, you guys mount up, get ready to go.
As long as you guys don't mind me being kind of a mechanical hindrance for stupid RP stuff. Like
Fine.
You can find someone in town if you wanted to sort of get that wrapped up now.
Well, my plan couldn't I do it with Nienna? She's like a cleric of saloon. My idea was like depending if we ride out, I was gonna do it like in the first like short rest.
I wanna say yes, but for the sake of like allowing me to sort of explain the importance of upholding your oath, I'll say just for whatever reason Nienna is unfamiliar with the oath of the ancients. Just to
Okay, cool.
just for the
That's
sake
fine.
of me being able to through an NPC sort of
Sure
give you
thing.
the rundown.
Bias. It's bias. She knows you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's biased. That's true.
Yeah, it's bias. It's a bias. You'll be like, just do whatever you want, man. Like, there's your oath. Like,
Yeah.
you're cool. You're my friend. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, if you wanted to find someone in town, there's probably a priest around here somewhere.
Sure. So like
But while you're deciding what you want to do with that, you guys all get on your horses. Derain, you're like sort of maybe like, oh, maybe I should get a priest. So maybe I should undertake my oath before we set out on this journey. Who knows? Coming down the way is Lex. Or not Lex. Silas. So Silas, you find yourself in the town square with your retainer, astride your steed, and you're gonna see sort of appearing, definitely in like slow motion, undoubtedly, the coolest fucking not rock band but adventuring group you've ever seen in your entire life. You see sort of slow mo coming around the corner, dunna dunna, dunna dunna. You see this very heroic, sort of rough but charming looking satyr individual, green cloak swaying in the wind as he bears his armor and spear well. You see this sort of beautiful half-elven cleric of pure faith sort of astride their steed. And lastly, you see this sort of dark and brooding but intense and super cool like goblin with a million daggers stride across them. And you're like, that's gotta be them. I've heard the stories, I've heard the songs.
Rockazel will be riding with Nienna
Yeah.
because Rockazel didn't get a horse.
Yep, sort of a Gimli and
Aw.
Legolas situation.
Yeah,
over there.
that's
Very
literally it.
good. Silas just like stopped dead on the side of the road, just like full stop with the horse. And then just as they pass, like the first thing that comes to mind is calling over to Rot Guzzle. All the bards said you had a giant hat.
At this point, why don't you go ahead, or you've already described your character.
Mhm.
So Rock Guzzle, as you're confronted first, why don't you go ahead and describe what your character looks like?
I mean, he's like as goblins go, he's pretty average. He's a little 4-foot green fella. He's got a very kind of despite his kind of like very intense, like glowing yellow eyes and stare, he is just a bundle of like positive is kind of like of hope. He is always like just determined and almost exudes like almost no like what you expect from a goblin is like just absolute malice and like mischief, but this guy is like almost he's the protagonist. He's the anime protagonist.
Excellent.
Light shining in his eyes, full of dreams.
Crazy hair.
Well, you can't see his hair. He's
I just been like anime protagonist. That's all.
yeah.
Just kidding.
JoJo attire, yeah.
Yeah, JoJo attire.
Yeah, so he wears like a sort of like jester's garb, still with the diamond, the diamond pattern. And he has 2 knives on his belt, but then he's got like a little bandolier of little throwing knives as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, and this you see this very almost water Davian in their attire, but clearly capable and well-equipped knight approach you and say,
I'm sorry to bother you, but you are the Wildcards, right? Huge fan. I've been your biggest fan for the last 30 minutes.
Oh my God, it's happening. It's happening. We have a fan.
Be cool. Be cool.
Cool.
The first moment matters. This is crucial, but you got this, Rock Puzzle.
You've heard right. We are indeed the Wildcards.
Oh my goodness, I knew it was you. It had to be. I there was a giant. I mean, bards tend to exaggerate a little bit, but there was an actual giant, yes?
Oh yeah, that was a giant. He was kind of like point behind me where like
Right there.
that gate was. It's like I think they moved the body, but the hole he was digging is still there. Have they moved the body? The body's still there.
it's probably for whatever reason it's well, you know what else, it's only been like a day. We'll say that they like left it there for the sake of like we'll leave it like glory and shit, right?
Yeah.
You in this moment see this like fire giant corpse stripped of its metal and its iron and whatever, just being sort of dragged out by mules by some of the townsfolk, and there is a real fucking dead fire giant right there.
We did that.
This far south. I'm sorry. I should be. Where are my manners? Sir Silas Lemore. I was headed to Waterdeep to look for a group of adventurers or like-minded heroes, people willing to, make a name for themselves, help the small folk. But I heard about all this on the way, and why not? I'm a big believer in basic fate, destiny, good fortune, good luck. Can I ride with you for a little at least?
Niana's gonna think.
Let us consult the deck. And then I saw telepathically.
He has a gimmick. He's so cool.
Consult the deck. That's crazy, dude.
It would.
Take inspiration. That's kind of cool.
It probably wouldn't be bad to have another set of hands, another sword.
I don't know. Do we? I've heard bad things about taking in. Never work with your fans. I swear that's what.
Well,
one of the.
You said he's only been a fan for the last 30 minutes or so, so perhaps
You could disabuse me of the notion if you like.
I'll say as you guys are sort of having that sort of psychic debate, and you're like, I mean, like, are we really gonna take a fan? And you guys happen to look over at the stockade, where you see once again Repair has been locked in the stockade.
Oh no!
Well, hey there, everybody. I'm afraid I'm not gonna be able to venture you. I got myself in a bit of a bind again, but you know what? I'm just gonna let justice serve its way out, and I'll catch up with you down the road. How's that sound?
Repair, you have your whole future ahead of you, but I understand.
It's only for a couple days, friend. I'll see you in no time.
this.
Don't worry about that.
Take the power,
Okay.
brother. No,
Keep the power, brother.
Without
I think-
Repair, okay. Well, we'll tag in this guy.
I mean, I could repair some things.
Ooh, right. And I'll trot up in my in my razor beak and offer axe beak. What am I saying, razor beak? Offering Silas a forearm warrior paladin to warrior to knight handshake. Welcome
He'll
to the wild.
absolutely do it and go in for the 80s action hero handshake. Yeah.
There's a puff of wind, and everyone's like capes are sort of flown back as there's a whoosh, as that moment comes true.
And our front line just formed. Um,
Oh yeah.
now, why don't you catch up with get to know Niena and Rakazo? And I will be here momentarily. I look back at
Absolutely.
I look back at the group. Sindra, there is a call I need to answer, and I can't explain, but please know I will be here. This isn't one of my little misadventures. I will return. Just please.
Don't forget to pay your debt before we leave. As spookily says it in his head.
yeah. And he's gonna ride off towards the direction of the wind.
All right, you ride with the west wind. I don't know why that sounds like that. It goes as you like rear back, and then he rides up. And then you ride following sort of the wind where it may go. We'll stick with you for a second here, Durain. And you sort of find yourself riding out into the fields. And you find yourself coming to the edge of a thick forest. A forest that might remind you of home in its sort of density, but definitely sort of tarrying away from the village. Make me either a religion or nature check. It is your choice.
Wow. Both are exactly what they are. Let's see what the first roll today. 17
17.
for nature.
Nature, got it. So, the village, it's a pretty like plain-based, like the land is fairly sort of flat. There's a couple trees here and there that pop up, but over here there's this very sudden overgrowth of forestry at the edge of the village. And though indeed it is natural, you get the sense it's probably here because it has been nurtured by some otherly being. Perhaps the place possesses a guardian. You heard from the tales in the tavern that their god walks in the forest here and there. So there's probably some nature spirit that has allowed this forest to grow to the power that it is.
Is there are there like little flowers or anything like any sort of little plants that I can like smell? No?
There's trees everywhere. You can go to the trees and sort of like feel the
Yeah.
bark and smell the
I'm definitely gonna have
leaves.
like I'm gonna press my forehead, uh, cup like a trunk and press my forehead against it and just kind of like, just do sort of like answering the call there. And,
Answering the call, you do
I-
this. You sort of, yeah.
I've been hiding a lot of the pressure of actually being a hero of Tribor behind like a veneer of just what I usually do, which is a lot of silliness, but it has been weighing on me. So this I feel comfortable here, kind of like getting a breather.
Got it. Getting a breather. You feel this sort of call to the wood, and you sort of press your head against it, and you sort of open your eyes, and you find yourself deep within the wood all of a sudden. Not mounted either. You have all your equipment and whatnot, but you find yourself suddenly deep within the wood, alone, and in these days, there's pathfinders and wander and ways in and out of woods. But back here in this time, to be lost in the woods is as good as death. Because how do you find your way out of the forest in the wild, wild wood? And you find yourself here, but you don't feel scared. You feel, there's something with you. Nature is here. Do you do anything?
I'd probably like look around for a few moments. Well, you have been calling for me all morning, and unless I'm out here talking to myself alone in the woods, which has happened on more than one occasion, I do hope I'm answering it. And I'm kind of just like,
As you linger here, a figure is going to appear through the brush. I'm going to let you decide what figure appears. Roll me a d4.
Boom. That is a 1.
A 1.
Oh shit! Nature Giant challenges me to a 1v1.
No, not quite. You see walking through the wood, sort of appearing behind, though he is large in step, you don't feel the rumble of the ground. You see this very strong, muscular, well-built man with long white hair and a beard that seems to whip and billow in the endless breeze as if it was made of cloud. He has a bow strung across his back, a gorgeous, beautiful bow that by no means was forged, perhaps, by mortal hands. This imposing man comes around the trees and looks down upon you. He says in a booming, billowing voice, but that is soft with the wind. Durain Rootwood, you walk within my wood. You have answered my call.
Truth be told, I feel as if I was calling it, or you, or for that matter. But either way, I'm here. I'm here to answer it.
I am Gwerin Windstrom. This is my wood. You come here now because indeed you were called, and that indeed your soul calls forth. You, Paladin, require your oath. He draws from his hip this massive, gorgeous, long sword of silver that ignites in flame over his head. And he says, kneel now and take your oath.
Durain takes one long breath and just nods to himself, and he gets down on one knee, holds up his spear, kind of like holding it up, and has his shield. He smiles up with like his usual jovial smile. I am truly ready. I'm ready to take this oath.
He approaches. The tenets of the Oath of the Ancient have been preserved for uncounted centuries. For millennia, this has been the first of all Paladin oaths, for the first was the Oath of the Ancient. This oath brings forth the principles of good above the concerns of law or chaos, for good is all that matters, and there are 4 central pillars that are simple but must be upheld. Be warned, Durain Rootwood. These tenets, should you take them now, will be set you for the rest of your days. These tenets will mark you for all time, and your soul will be forever bound to this cause. The flaming blade comes down and touches your shoulder lightly, but it does not burn. It feels almost cold, in fact. As I speak them, hear me. Kindle the light. Through your acts of mercy, kindness, and forgiveness, kindle the light of hope in the world, beating back despair. Will you do this?
Yeah. Durain recites the oath. He's speaking straight through, and he tries to lock eyes. I will.
Shelter the lights. There is good, beauty, love, and laughter in the world. Stand against the wickedness that would swallow it. Where life flourishes, stand against the forces that would render it barren. Will you do this?
Until my last breath. And beyond.
Preserve your own light. Delight in song and laughter, in beauty and art. If you allow the light to die in your own heart, you cannot preserve it in the world. Will you do this?
I will.
And lastly, be the light. Be a glorious beacon for all who live in despair. Let the light of your joy and courage shine forth in all of your deeds. Will you do this?
I will.
Then Durain Rootwood, rise now, Paladin of the Ancients. He brings back his sword, he taps the other shoulder, and he brings it forth before him.
Oh yeah. Durain stands. He's finally fitting in. Like now, this armor might be fitting a little too small on him. You know, he might be ready for that plate armor, as I imagine there's a new air to him.
There's new air. You feel a connection with a power beyond your own. Indeed, you have learned spells and how to smite and such, but you feel a touch of divinity within you. You feel your own conviction ready to undertake this oath empowers you. You now have possession of your channel divinity, and you are now an oath-taken, Oath of the Ancients Paladin.
I do my little click my horns with the bottom of my spear and then hit my shield.
Windstrom looks at you and says, well done. Your life is forever bound to this oath, and know this. Should you fail to adhere this oath, you'll find your power slipping from you, until eventually you will be oath broken. You will be looked on forever as one tainted by evil. Your soul will twist and wield in the wrong direction, and you will become part of the evil of this world. Repentance will not come easily. Follow these tenets, respect them, and your life will be one looked upon with glory.
I will not fail my oath, just like I will not fail the vine.
It has been an honor, young paladin, to serve in this way. Good luck. But
Will I
it's time
find
to
you
wake
again?
You say, will I find you again? He says, of course. And you wake up. You realize that you were you were having a dream as you were sort of up against the tree in sort of that like napping position. You don't know how long you were asleep for, but you were you fell asleep against the tree, and your axe beak sort of looking down at you. But despite this dream, you do feel that empowerment within you. Your oath has been taken, regardless.
I give my axe beak a little pat. It's like, now, we've yet many tales to tell together, and I ride together, ride to him.
Fantastic.
Dude, my dude looks so cool. He's like green. He's got a big old sword. That's so awesome. I'm talking about the oath guy. He looked awesome.
Oh yeah, you're this guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks shit.
That's actually my one of my storm giant minis, but he served well. In the meantime, you three are back in the square as the rain sort of went riding after the wind. What would you guys like to do? Get to know one another quickly.
Yeah, get to know it, I guess.
Does that happen often?
Yes, actually, he is very free spirited and kind of goes where he pleases.
So mysterious.
So, what did this song sound like?
Well, it didn't rhyme, but it sounded very impressive. I hear that you did a series of backflips up a giant's back and then stabbed it in a jugular, and then also beheaded it, I think.
I kind of looked at, I sort of looked back up at Niana. Yeah. That's exactly how it went.
Yes, I did.
And you sent people flying with massive bursts of holy magic. I'm sure you know it's all mostly accurate.
Oh, I suppose it must be.
If
I wasn't
that's-
watching myself, but they must have been watching us.
Yeah, that's definitely how it happened. There was holy light everywhere. Very holy.
Well, I'll do my best to keep up.
I'm sure you'll do just fine. We're very happy to have you with us.
Speaking of, where were you planning on going after all of this? What's next on the docket? As it
Oh,
were?
we were just deciding which direction to go in.
I thought we agreed. We take care of things north, get this bounty at Xanthal's keep, and then head back
Bounty.
here, get Derain's armor from the dwarf, and then head east.
That sounds perfect.
Interesting. Is the bounty for the armor, or is there a person wearing the armor? Or
Oh. The armor is a commission. Just needs to
okay.
wait for it to be finished.
So who's the bounty on?
The bounty is for Wanted the Weevil Brigand. 5,000 gold from the authorities at Mirabar.
That is a tidy sum. I can see why you'd want to chase it.
That'd be easy, but that's what heroes are for, yes?
Of course.
Also, if we don't acquire a absurd amount of funds quickly, Derain will be spent it all.
Well, we wouldn't want your friend to end up in debt.
Oh, he already is. I mean, he can pay it off now,
well,
but
we wouldn't want your friend charge too much interest.
He indebted himself very quickly.
So mysterious.
But it's for the greater good, I suppose.
Well, I'd be happy to come along and help as I may. I can't do very many backflips. I'm sorry. I am told that's rather important. And I can't do much magic. Actually, any at all, in fact. So, but I do have a halberd. I'm quite good with weapons. I've trained for some time with them.
What matters is your weapon is sharp and your aim is true.
I'm not so good at the aim part. The weapons are sharp.
It's a good start.
Now, the important thing is, besides your combat capabilities, is, well, every adventuring party needs, branding, and we're planning for merchandise in the future. So, like, what's your gimmick? You got a catchphrase? You got a special move? Things that songs will pick up. You know?
I do have a personal crest of arms, if that helps. I even have my own little signet ring if I want to stamp an official letter with it.
Signet ring could work. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, branding, and you need like a logo for that, and that's really just a crest of arms if you think about it.
I think the half-elven, sort of very formal, a little stuffy-looking individual at Silas's side will say, "If I may interject, allow me to introduce myself. I happen to be Sir Silas's manservant by the name of... My name is Ebenzer Bardolt, but you, of course, may call me Eb, as Sir Silas does. If I might contribute to the conversation, I think if you are looking for branding purposes, Sir Silas comes from a noble house, which ingratiates your own party with certain levels of access to the higher ranks of society."
I was working around that, but you did cut through the few minutes it would have taken me. Thank you, Eb.
Oh, my apologies. My pride for your house overcame me, Sir Silas. I apologize.
Oh no, you're doing great.
Nobility, huh?
Well, yes.
Oh, Sir Silas, tell them how you were knighted just recently. Tell them.
Oh yes, I finally earned my knighthood after a long squireship to Sir Armguest. It was a big day. My brother was going to be there. He didn't show up. But I was just knighted out of Zymorvan Hall, a bit east of here. I've only been a knight for maybe 1 to 10 days.
Regardless, congratulations are in order.
Well, thank you.
Up and coming knight from a noble family. That's got some widespread appeal. Yeah, that'll. We haven't really got a guy that can kind of appeal to that demographic, so that works. That works.
Perhaps we have a new face.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
And if you want, merchandising, it might be worth bringing up to my father, Sir Harthos. He might have more experience with that. I think he was a bit of an adventurer in his youth as well.
A legacy too. This is good. I like this. I like this guy.
I want to put out there at this point, Nienna and Rockguzzle, the name that was mentioned by Sir Silas just now, you recognize. You guys recently received a quest to go to Zymorvan Hall and speak to Sir Silas's father to acquire this weapon you were told about.
I have so
Well,
many quests written down.
I hope you don't mind, but we may be passing by where you came from.
Oh, well, sometimes journeys are circular, I suppose.
Okay. And we'll just kind of look around, wondering where Doreen is.
At the end of that hour, the rain comes riding up, having having completed his task. Durain arrives sometime later.
And as he comes up and goes within earshot, Niana's going, "Well, aren't you the proud puffed up rooster?"
Hmm?
You look very confident.
Yeah, speak a giant goose.
I'm sorry, Deanna, for a second there. I thought you were talking about my, and I pet my axe beak.
No.
For your sake, Sir Silas, what you see is this almost ostrich-like blue feathered bird, except its head it doesn't have that long ostrich neck. It has sort of a standard bird neck, except its beak is shaped very much like a bearded axe.
Yeah. Which I cannot lie, the air was nice, and I am ready for our task. It's I believe it's time we got to move on. It's a long journey.
Agreed.
Oh, I suppose we should go then.
We're hunting the weevil. Was that right? It was the weevil?
You can make me a history check if you wish, Sir Silas, considering your travels.
Certainly. I got my character sheet all set up now on Roll20, so I can just click a button for it.
Hell yeah.
History is going to be an 8.
An 8. You haven't heard of this fellow before?
No,
Never heard of him in my life. Is he a big deal?
I believe Silas is asking. Is Silas asking me that, or
The party in general, yeah.
in general? Yeah. Well, I suppose we'll find out.
Do you think he has giant weevils with him, or is like a weevil hat? Is there a theme? So I'm still thinking about branding.
You have that conversation.
Good.
Good, but with a name like the Weevil, this fella has failed. No one cool is called the Weevil.
Well,
Well,
title
he's-
in
yeah.
many ways. Sorry about that.
Oh no, by all means.
I look down at the what's it called, the not the squire, but
Manservant?
A manservant.
and I offer my hand. I didn't introduce myself. I'm sorry. It's been a very mixed morning.
Oh, that's quite all right. It's a great pleasure to meet you. Perhaps another night. But by your bearings. It's a great pleasure to meet you. My name is Ebenzer Baradolt, but you may of course call me Eb. I happen to be Sir Silas's manservant.
Oh, well, servant or not, do you have a mount?
I do not. I do not.
Would you want to ride?
Oh, and he sort of looks up at you for sort of approval, Silas.
No, by all means.
I pat it on the back.
I've never rode such a steed before, but thank you very much. All right. He sort of like side mounts a little uncomfortably. You get the sense this isn't usually where someone of his station resides, but interested nonetheless.
Now, and you seem like you know things. I someone who often knows the wrong things. I have a sense for those that know things. So
I know plenty of things. I'm quite skilled in many ways. I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but I am skilled with several tools, including I am a skilled seamster. I am an excellent cook. I can mend clothes. I know how to tend to a steed along the road. Everything that a knight's retainer ought to know. Would you like a cheese Danish? And he produces a cheese Danish for you.
absolutely. Take that cheap Danish.
Clearly, I'd be a
pocket Danish.
terrible sight without him.
Brilliant. Well,
It's a really good cheese Danish. You roll really well on them Danishes.
by the vine. Wow. That's it's quite a punch.
Like,
Cheese.
It's delicious. It's like slightly warmed too.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
fresh
wanna
out of the
know
not like that. No, like
I feel so bad. Ryan was like, no. It was like the Walter White gift. No.
no, but not like that, but like almost like fresh out of the oven in a way.
Yeah.
Tails get one cantrip, and
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
You can make yourself comfortable. I have a long cloak. You can use it as a little blanket, and I'm not stealing Silas's manservant. Well,
Used right off into the east wind this time.
I would ask more about you, but I have a feeling I'll get to know plenty in the battlefield. So,
Oh, I do know fighting, sir.
that was the Silas.
Got it.
Oh, I'm sure we'll make acquaintances.
Oh.
The more active way, yes.
Oh. And look at Niana Rockazo. Are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's happening, Rockazo. The Wildcards. Here we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's play our hand. Let's go.
Nice. Let's play our hand. I like that one.
Zinder's like on the back of her horse, fully like somehow mounted but napping at the same time, just fully like. You're all like, let's go. She goes.
I tapped her lightly with the like bottom of my spear. It's a little bit.
Yeah.
Little
She's
playful.
Yeah. She sort of wakes up, and goes. Oh, are we going? Are we going now? Okay. All right, Mirabar, this way. She sort of takes the horse and begins to start leading the direction.
Break there, Ryan. By the way.
Yeah. And as you guys are heading north up the long road to capture your bounty, let's go ahead and take a short rest. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Like a real life short rest, except the 10-minute one. Yeah, we'll be back in like 5-10 minutes. Let's take a little break.
Awesome.
Cool. Cute.
My pleasure. So this is the end of the first day, is that right?
No, we're sort of middle of the first. Well, you guys have been talking so it's about midday. You guys are just kind of traveling along.
Okay.
It's I've been wondering because giants are beings too, and they have lives and all that, but it's worrying. It they're not all not friendly, right? Or
Well, I don't know too much about the broad spectrum of giants, though from what I've heard of fire giants specifically, it's rarely anything good. Um, Many of them are slavers, for instance, take captives and pull them away to massive mountain fortresses and make them work for them, labor for them. The rest, I couldn't really tell you. Um, but a fire giant, I think you did probably a good thing there. If they were off willing to cause chaos and tribal and going after something, it was probably nothing good.
absolutely. It just well, there's still questions I had. I just
With
yeah,
all the stories, it would seem that they are disrupting the natural cycle.
absolutely. And
That one that went to tribal was digging just something.
very much.
Did they say anything?
No,
Not that I could
Nothing other
Not-
than insults.
not that I could understand anyway.
it truth be told, it very much didn't even notice us until it had no choice but to. Very 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 arrogant on the part of the Giants, which suppose that matches, you know.
And if
I
you're 20 feet tall, you'd probably be a little bit arrogant too.
yeah, truth, that's fair. It and we did get lucky it was alone, which that was my first time ever seeing one too. If I'm honest, I haven't really stopped to think about it until now. Just
I haven't seen one in person either, except for the corpse of one now. It's definitely bigger than I thought somehow. Little legs though, that was a little odd.
it might have skipped its day for legs, which one should never do. I in any case, I feel a lot safer with well with the wild cards. It's and with how if word has spread around Tribor, and Tribor has a lot of in and out passengers, I wonder if word will spread further.
Oh, I hope so.
Well, I'm sure that it will, and odds are it'll probably hit Silvery Moon before it hits Neverwinter, Waterdeep, or Luskan. But I'm sure the song will get around.
Really think so?
Well, it was something of a banger. People were very, very fond of it.
Incredible.
So
So
you would say that it's popular right now. It's going viral.
It's
Well,
I
Getting a lot of engagement. Right? A lot of
people
hits.
certainly seemed very happy to get drunk to it.
Good.
I-
This is good. This is good, guys. This is good.
yes,
We're gonna
but
ride the wave.
what if giants hear this music? What then, Guzzle?
Then they'll know to look out for us.
Well, either they'll be intimidated by our reputations and be too scared to come out of the mountains, or they will come down from the mountains and then we can nab some more glory.
I like the sound of both of those.
Exactly.
so.
It's a win-win. Nothing could go wrong.
I mean, as someone in a lot of red and white, sometimes if you are looking to protect others, painting a target on yourself is a good idea.
Because nothing can go wrong.
Nana rides silently, just sort of shaking her head and Mhm.
Got it. I'm almost done.
Is
Oh, it's
Nienna
okay.
wearing
Lots.
a necklace right now or no?
Sorry?
Is Nienna wearing her like egg necklace right now?
No, she actually kept the egg. Like she put it in her pocket for now because she doesn't need
Okay,
a ring
cool.
for it. But she has her holy symbol.
All right.
Niana, you're some manner of cleric, yes?
Yes.
If you don't mind my asking, is there a specific deity you serve? Are you more broadly spread in your faith?
Just gonna remember the name of it. I have it written down. Yes, my god is Rilifane, who serves Mieli? I think that's the name of it.
And have you been one all your life? I'm sorry, I haven't
Mieliki,
really met many.
Mieliki.
Milky. All right. I haven't met many clerics, at least not ones that you know can toss around spells.
Mm-hmm.
What is that like whenever it happens? I don't really have the talent for magic, I think. So what does it
It's
feel like?
it just comes from within. It comes from your faith.
Hmm.
It's something that is always with me and always has
Interesting.
been. I serve nature, and I'm a child of the twilight.
Sounds very comforting.
It
Yes.
has been. Yeah. Nienna has, well, since the moment we've seen her, it's been great.
It's very nice of you to say, Doreen. I'm very fond of all of you as well.
Well, of course, it's fair as a gesture to say. Rock Guzzle as well. You now you're literally in my head, which that's something. Was that always intended to Rock Guzzle? That is very crazy, right? I'm not judgmental in saying that, right? It's you're in my head now. What else could he do?
I mean, it kind of like conjures up like his card, like his weird psychic playing cards. I think like I really needed this. I think I may have manifested it quite physically. Look, I don't
That's
know
amazing.
exactly how these things work. It might have something to do with. Look, I did a lot of plane hopping in my life. While I was in the carnival.
Lane
As one
hopping. Huh.
Uh, I am formerly the rambunctious rot guzzle of the Witchlight Carnival, night thrower extraordinaire. As I say, formerly.
I think I've heard of that carnival, maybe.
You can make a check if you wish to. Make me a history check to see if you've heard tales of this carnival.
Sure. It's a 5.
A 5. No, you have not, unfortunately.
Never mind, it was a different carnival.
Yeah. We never stayed in one place for too long, but I don't know, maybe one plane or another got in my head, and just only recent, let's say, exciting events have awakened it. Who knows? Maybe. I mean, I am a goblin. I have a little bit of the Feywild in me. You never know.
But in any case, I'm glad it's your head because I'm okay just focusing on my own thoughts for now. And
At this point, Terrain, you just hear Rockguzzle's like passive thoughts on the theme song for the Wildcards.
Just giving
Well-
you the earworm.
About those cards you conjure up.
Yep.
Well, go on then. That tree there. As we're trotting. See what happens.
Oh,
They can't just be for play.
Perhaps a rock? The tree's living.
I've seen a fella cut a bottle with chess playing cards. And he was about, oh, I don't know, 18 pints in? It was a lot.
ooh, that's a pretty good party trick. Alright, let's see. It draws the cards. Do I have to like roll an attack on a tree? That's what fun.
Yeah, roll an attack roll.
Oh god, okay. Well,
I'll give you the AC of a rock.
Well, the that one cuts Durain's antler off. No, the horn off.
DC 17 or AC 17.
Doesn't even matter. I
hello.
just crit it.
Well, that was a
I
crit.
I crit the rock.
Yeah, nat 20.
Roll that damage, buddy.
Oh boy, okay. So that's an immediate 10. I mean, to be fair, this is psychic damage, so I think a rock was probably immune to that.
Oh, yeah, you throw the card and it's like a direct hit, but it just kind of sails through kind of like in a ghost kind of way, and it just kind of goes through the rock. But you hit the rock.
Pauses a moment, then just sort of golf claps.
Wow. Way to go. It I thought those here I thought that was just a deck of playing cards, but
I mean, I've never seen a card toss that accurate. I mean, that was a good
Wow.
20, 30 feet off.
that was the I'm so sorry that I made you waste a crit on a rock. I'm so
You hit it dead center. Center
Jesus.
mass target.
It was just
That's
I-
years of experience at work.
what do you think are the chances of you throwing just such a good throw?
About 1 in 20.
Damn, that was almost too meta. You get a nosebleed.
Maybe one
Yeah,
maybe
a
1 in
little-
10 if it's
a
from
little-
behind.
A little psychic nose.
I'm psychic nosebleed. Wow, no, out of character, but that's cool. That's dang.
That's banging, bro. Oh man, guys, I fucking officially got it set up. Holy Christ, this was an encounter.
Oh boy.
That you guys stumbled on. But luckily, you have a ranger. Okay, whatever, I threw that by accident.
Oh, your stuff's good.
Alright. Proper share time. Look at yous. You're riding up the road, not a Terry in the world. And you're gonna hear Jesus, calm down. Okay, there we go. You're riding up the road. Zindra puts her hand up, sort of behind you, sort of like halt. And she goes, We got Uthgard ahead.
Ooh.
And not just any Uthgard, this is a proper war band. Here, look. She kind of points through. You guys see a massive war band of probably
Oh.
20-something barbarian warriors standing around. And attention of these tribal warriors begins to quickly sort of turn to all of you attentively. Says, she kind of like looks back at the group. She goes, well, I don't think they're going to like us much. Most of you cast magic and you're green, and they don't like people who are green.
Oh,
So we got two options. We can back away slowly. We could charge and just kind of run down the road and outrun them. Up to you guys. Or there's the third option, but I don't recommend it.
I think it's time to ride a little faster. What do we say, gang?
I agree.
Yes,
Oh.
that would be possibly the best thing.
Okay.
Just to clarify, which direction are we riding? Are we riding forward or the other way?
We're riding north. So they're kind of in our way. They're off to the side watering by that watering hole, but we can ride by. We just might want to go into a little bit of a gallop, if
Yeah,
that makes
gallop.
sense.
Yeah.
Hold on tight, Eben.
Oh, very well, sir. He puts his arms around you. And Zindra goes, "Psh," and she goes into like a mad sprint down the road. You guys do the same?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Or just down the road, full lean. You guys keep up to the best of your abilities. And the barbarian warriors just sort of watch you go by with sort of just like a not an angry look, but just not even like a resentful look, just sort of like watching you go by. They make no motion to chase as you guys are clearly too fast for them. You're able to ride by the encounter. You'll notice, and all of you, I think, seeing probably all of you. You can decide for yourselves if you've seen them before, but probably for most of you, the first time you've ever saw an Uthgard warrior before, the savage barbarians who roam these savage frontiers. You see that they are decorated. They wear hides.
Face
Very
paint.
barbaric. Like, sorry.
Face paint.
Yep, face paint, and a great many of them have very intricate tribal tattoos. That are all very similar in design. And they just sort of watch you go by as you ride on. Is there anything you wanted to do, or do you just ride on until you get to safety? It wouldn't take long.
I'm not gonna lollygag.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride on until
Yeah,
like we're
right.
far out. I
Yeah.
think.
Right away.
Yep, you guys ride away. You only ride for like 2 to 3 minutes in a full gallop until you guys come down to like a. And Zindra kind of looks behind and goes, "Yeah, they're not chasing. They're not stupid. All right, we're good." And you kind of come to like a slower canter as the horse is kind of like sort of calm from the sprint, and you guys continue on your way without any more issue.
I wonder where they were heading.
Oh, there was
Well,
lots.
Wherever they're going, I don't want to be going with them.
Well, that's Griffin Tribe, says Zindra. They've been really active lately, doing a lot of very bold raids lately. I expect they would have been much more interested in taking our stuff than talking.
No. Is there? Well, is there any word of their purpose? Why their raids? We were told. I believe it was you, Cinder, at the tavern that they hate magic.
Yep.
They seem to have a lot of hate.
Yeah, yeah. If you're not, there's like levels of hate, all right? If you're just like a normal human, they hate you. But they're not gonna probably attack you on sight unless you have some cool stuff on you, like nice verdant armor or holy crystals and shit. If you're not a human, they don't like you. If you're an orc, they really are going to kill you on sight out of principle. And I mean, I don't know how that works for goblins, but I imagine there's a similar sentiment. And they hate magic just about as much. Well, they fear magic, which means they hate magic just about as much as they hate orcs.
Oh,
So if you ever get into a conversation with the Newthgard, I do not recommend using magic, or they will,
yeah.
I'm gonna be wondering the rest of the day if we could have taken them.
That many,
4 of us and how many? A couple dozen of them?
5.
Perhaps a better thing to do would be preserving our strength for things that matter.
Of course. I mean, the only close settlement is tribal, and they're defended enough. I think that they'll be fine. So.
But to answer your question, Doreen, no, I imagine the only people who would know why they're doing what they're doing is an Uthgard. And I'm not an Uthgard. I don't think anyone else here is.
Well, if we ever find one alone and with very little options,
Well,
I'd like to hear. Hey,
different tribes have different levels of hostility. Like, some are real kill-on-sight kinds, and others are a little more amicable.
well, in any case, we're nice and away from them, and I believe I like pet my my guy.
Yep.
Our mounts are fine, and we're fine. So let's keep on traveling.
All right.
Hopefully, less Uthgards.
Hopefully with less Uthgards. Somebody else roll a d20, see if there's anything else on your road today.
I'll roll this one.
All right.
That's an 8.
It seems that for the rest of the day, you will travel without much more issue.
Right.
You walk, get to know each other a little bit better. Other than your near miss with the Uthgard barbarians, no trouble comes to you today, and you guys can find yourself to a comfy camp.
Hmm.
As you guys all come to your camp, Sir Silas, you are quite used to this, but all of you, perhaps impressed, will see that Ebb sort of hops off and immediately builds a fire and gets out cooking utensils and starts cooking up dinner and chopping things up. Goes, oh well, there's many more of us now, so perhaps there we go. And he'll go around and be like, oh, perhaps I might bother you for what you possess for rations, and I might be able to cook into something a little bit more tasteful for the night. And if all of you allow, he will just go to cooking. And once he's done cooking and serving you all food, he'll go over to Sir Silas and set up his tent and start like hemming any clothes or like checking it for tatters and fixing it up. And we'll start tending to Sir Silas's every need and want.
Nienna would like to do some foraging for herbalism supplies.
Certainly. Why don't you go ahead and make me a survival check? So Silas, is there a preference for what you would like to eat for dinner tonight, sir?
What are we working with, Eb?
Well, there's always, of course, the reliable traveler's stew. If we had some more meat, I could cook up something like a roast or such, but I unfortunately do not.
Stew's quite alright, sounds lovely.
Stew it is. I'll try and pick up some supplies for some hand pies in wherever the next town may be.
Truly a saint.
You got a 13.
Too kind. 13. Let's see. Foraging. Alright, let's see. Here we are. Okay. Sorry, what did you roll again?
13.
13, huh? You struggle to find herbling supplies. It's not as verdant as it could be a little further south. You're starting to get into the colder regions where plants don't have quite as much hardiness. Yep, the DC there was 15 because you're getting a little further north.
Yep, that's fine.
But you are all, and nobody needs to worry about marking off rations because you all ate this morning. But you are all served like a delicious sort of beef stew with chopped carrots and potatoes. It is a warm delight on the long road.
That sounds good right now.
Oh, fuck yeah, buddy. Oh, fuck yeah. With a little bit of bread on the side. He says, I hope it serves everyone quite well.
It's lovely. Thank you.
Eb, I am in awe of you right now. Like,
You're too kind, Master Drain.
this is just fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're
Wow.
too kind. Please stop, sir, please.
I did think about what you said, Silas, about Triboy being in that direction, and something that we should clarify. Even if the songs don't say it, we didn't save Tribor alone. They're a strong folk. They're not Lord Commander. What was her name?
Lord
was it
Protector.
Lord Protector. They're
I'll get it. You need a minute.
they're strong people, and well, in a way, I have considered this when we come back. You know, I saw some open properties, and that in any case, I while I do worry that perhaps that warband may be in their direction, I do not underestimate Tribor anymore because, well, as at the beginning of the fight, I'll admit I was one to suggest that we should run. It wasn't my first time seeing a giant, and Well, their Lord Protector, she inspired me in many ways, and I hope to carry that inspiration. So,
There isn't any shame in retreating when it's necessary or tactically viable. And as you say, the people there are strong and they have the numbers and the walls, then they're better equipped than we are to deal with their numbers.
I'm like, Durain appreciates that, but and he eats his stew, still kind of accepting. He took his oath today, and he yeah.
What's on your mind, Doreen?
Oh, yeah. And he looks away. I took my oath today. Yeah, he like admits openly.
Oh, it's wonderful.
I did. I'll spare you the specifics because truthfully I'm still accepting them, but oh well damn it, it felt right. I feel good. I'm earning this armor. And the armor that will be waiting for me at Tribal when I return.
Yes, of course you
Yeah.
have.
It really is some fantastic armor, so you do wear it well.
Oh, thank you. I do plan. I don't want to get rid of this one since it does have sentimental value. Perhaps I'll turn it into something. I'm not sure yet, but the dwarven fella really I think he's gonna deliver, and I also think I've and I look at Rocco's and Indiana. Have we told them about the missive
Hmm?
with the Dwarven Kingdom?
Oh, no.
The recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we got a letter of recommendation from the dwarven blacksmith in tribal.
Gelrin Fohammer.
He wants us here to speak with the king, with King Morin and Queen Tithmil. So that's
And
the east past Silvery Moon.
we don't know the specifics, but a recommendation of high honor to an entire kingdom. That seems quite heavy, yes. And
Does also seem a good way to get your names out there. I mean, royalty. Um, I've never spent much time with the dwarves. I've been as far east as Silvery Moon, but not much farther than that.
I same as me. Truth be told, it'll be my first proper interaction with them, but we've for many reasons we've decided to leave that as our last stop, which I'm sure you were informed on before we left. But as someone who's with us now, when it's I feel like when we give this letter of recommendation, it's gonna be for a specific reason, and if all goes well, we'll be there together, and it will be a declaration of sorts. So I understand if you'd like
Yes.
time to consider it.
Well, let's hunt the weevil first and see how that all shakes out. But I have high hopes for this little partnership.
Yeah.
And if you get a high bounty for turning in this bandit, then having some money in the pocket does go well whenever you're talking with nobility, I find. A lot of us are quite stuffy about it.
All right. Well, if you all don't mind, I am going to tuck in early for a very long rest, and that'll be me first. So if the
Will
rain's
nod
done
and
with
smile and watch him for a moment and nod.
As you are a sworn paladin, I do suppose it's nighttime.
Yes, have your inspiration. That was funny.
and I'll be the rain, which
Yeah, take out your bedroll and you sit back and watch the stars. As out here, the stars are a big, beautiful, vast landscape of magic and wonder.
Yep. Niana will turn in soon after watching the stars for a little while, say her little prayer, and then head to her tent.
And your goddess is Maliki, yes?
Miliki, yes.
You pray to the goddess of rangers, the goddess of the wild and the hunt, and you pray to her and you feel her presence. You are connected to your god. You are there with her, and she is there with you, more so than most people. And you feel comfort in that, especially out here in the wilds. She has sent you a ranger capable. She has sent you a paladin of nature itself, and you yourself. Quite powerful. Nature is on your side as you travel forth into the dark and savage frontier. You go to bed.
Bed.
If everybody else turns in, I'll ask, are you guys keeping watches?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So how I do watches is, like, as long as you guys are keeping watch, cool. We don't need to worry about it. If I happen to roll a random encounter, then we will deal with who's on what watch and who's keeping a close eye out. But tonight, you will sleep peacefully. And you'll all get a long rest.
Boom.
Get rid of your exhaustion there, Drain.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're feeling better after a night of drinking. You're feeling more like yourself.
Yeah, and then freaking Evan's stew. Probably
Yeah.
delicious.
Everyone mark off a ration today and mark off one feed for your mount, if you have a mount. And with that, the journey may continue. All right. I'm going to move your card up on the map here because you guys have done 42 miles of travel today. So you guys are making great progress.
Oh yeah, I forgot the little card is our thing.
Little ace of spades there. Yeah, you guys are about here. So where the top left A is where you guys are, pretty much exactly. And that is where you'll wake up this morning on the road. And you'll travel another 42 miles today. And making your way along the road, somebody roll me a d20. See how that day goes.
I'll do it this time.
All right.
$18.
Roll me another one.
Oh boy. Should be rolled an 18 last time. It was a fucking battalion or war band. 19.
19. Understood. So while I am dealing with this, and I don't think this one's going to be quite as long as last time, yeah, take a minute, and you rolled a 19, you say?
Yeah, 18 and 19.
Excellent. Yeah, take a moment.
Band
and
comes back
maybe
with friends.
Yeah. Oh, actually, my apologies. Not a 19. Roll me a D100.
Oh,
That's what we're rolling for. My
big
apologies.
hundo. The big bombs. Oh, okay. Four.
It's either very good
Excellent.
or very bad, I think.
Yep, won't take too long, but feel free to
Interesting.
continue RPing.
So, Silas, if you know, I did say I'd let the battlefield answer this, but curiosity's gotten me. How'd you train? Did you self-train, self-taught? You had a teacher?
Well, my father handled a lot of my initial tutelage, and then eventually passed me on to a few other tutors and blade masters and the like. And then whenever I was around 15 or so, I was squired to Sir Armguest. It was an older knight, but he helped learn me the rest of the ropes. I had a brother that I would spar with, and I'd have some other soldiers and and footmen of the house as well that would help beat me into shape.
My father trained me too. Well, not personally, rather. There was a group of us, perhaps a team, and he not to overshare here, but he definitely did not think I would make the team. And so and behold, I quite really made the team and became the only team. And he didn't like that very much. I don't think he does to this day. But
But
I've
here you are.
and then I do really fast my little like touch my tips with the bottom of my spear, hit the shield. But I learned my own way, and then the well the nature found me. Which it's for any case, my training did have a specific purpose that I do hope to share one day when the time's right, but focusing on the
Look
now, right?
forward to seeing it. And I mean, personally, I think quite a few of those that I rub shoulders with in training underestimate the value of a good spear.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you're a warrior of taste, as it were.
Absolutely. It's what feels the most right. And yeah. I thank you for sharing. I know for sometimes I feel it's talking about training is one of the more personal conversations one can have. It's definitely something.
Something that either forms relationships or ends a few, I find. There's been a few rivalries here and there that didn't pan out so well, but um, it is interesting, isn't it? How every teacher has their own tone they set.
Yeah, and philosophy.
Was it training like same as mine, like a lot of drills?
There were a lot of drills. The hall that I grew up in, that I spent most of the year in, at least each year. There was a battle yard where we would practice drills and have sparring matches. I hit the dirt a few times there, so it definitely helped me learn what I was doing wrong before I learned what I was doing right.
Rocco's like kind of takes off one of his gloves, like show off one of his hands, which is just covered in like little scars and nicks all across his fingers. My lessons came in the form of fingertips and so on. Nothing that couldn't, be reattached with a little healing spell or two, but had targets set up in around and having to juggle knives for half an hour straight.
It's still awful work, Isla, but I'm glad you're okay.
Well, it paid off in the end. It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, literally. But here I am.
I think it sounds very impressive. I don't think I quite have the manual dexterity for that kind of task. I know my left from my right, and I can hold a weapon decently, but I don't think I quite have that agility to at least juggle my blades. So, color me very impressed.
Well, it's
At this point on your travels, Zindra will motion to all of you, and she says, "Riders up ahead." As you look ahead, I'm actually going to pull you guys back a bit so you can make your own decisions. But as you're coming
Also
up
have
to the
to
bend of
share.
the yeah, I'm gonna share in just a second. I just
Okay.
need to make a final adjustment. Here we go. As you guys are coming up the road, you see that there is a number of riders up ahead, sort of just along the road, sort of aside the road. They look armed, but they're not like drawing their swords or charging you or anything like that. They're just riders on the road with swords and in their hilts, and are just kind of along the side of the road there. And Zindra says,
what
do you wanna do?
Part of any kind of like identifiable group?
Make me a perception check to see if you can find any sort of distinguishing markers or signs on them.
That one.
That one.
Uh,
No, they just look like travelers on the road.
Can I roll an inspiration for the inspiration?
Yeah, use your inspiration.
Okay, let's try this again.
Can the rest of us roll as well?
That's a
Yep,
2.
everyone else A 2, you rock guzzle, you're like, oh.
Uh, it's-
Perception.
Well, 6, but you know.
I rolled a 4, dude.
7.
Oh man.
7. What'd you get there, Silas?
10.
10. With a 10, you would see that with their armaments, basically, they all seem to be equipped, for the most part, with standard, very basic leather armor. They all do have light crossbows sort of strapped to their back and scimitars at their hip. Other than that, they're sort of like, there's nothing that really marks them the same. They all just kind of have like a similar kit. They do seem to have someone who is more of a leader of the band, whose armor is a little bit more studded. It's a little bit more reinforced, and they have a couple daggers and a bandolier.
So
Anyone-
uniform, but not uniforms.
Yeah, there's no particular uniform. Everyone just has a similar
Yeah.
kit.
Hey, Winterbow. You
Yeah.
recognize these guys?
They could just be travelers. Nothing distinguishing. Like they could be bandits, but they haven't charged us
good
down.
Dozen of them?
There's about a yeah. You look and there's about a dozen of them. Yeah, a little less.
Well, let's be prepared, but perhaps we can just ride past them.
Maybe
Perhaps,
if
perhaps.
they mean us harm, then riding away with crossbows aimed at us might be a worse choice than riding back in. So I suppose approaching is going to help us either way.
Mm.
Well, who's doing the talking?
I'll walk in.
All right,
boy.
Duran. Oh boy, someone says. Yeah, you take the 4. You sort of ride up before Zindra. Or actually, she's just gonna kind of like take the rear here. She's like, I am a ranger, and that is where my skill set lies.
I'll
so
head up with. Was it Rockguzzle that's going in, or is it
It was
Durain
Doreen.
is
Durain?
Durain's gonna take the
I'll head up
front.
with Durain then. I can just kind of flank him a little bit.
Got it. You guys kind of ride up next to one another. The other 2 take up the rear position, sort of ride in together. As you ride in, like they're not very reactive. They all just kind of continue to sort of stand around on their horses, or and you sort of ride up. A number of them are just sort of on the way, but the leader of the group, who seems to be by sort of the better kit, a little bit more scarred, some tattoos, looks a little bit more prominent, half-orc by appearance, sort of just kind of rides up to you guys and says, good afternoon. How are you all doing on the road?
Not bad yourselves.
Oh, we're doing just fine. You know, patrolling the roads, making sure everything's kept safe for the common man.
Who do you patrol for?
Oh, we're independents. We're adventurers of sort.
Hmm.
Just
That-
doing a good deed out here for the common man, making sure everyone is kept safe from bandits and ogres and Wildcards. I hear there are giants on the road. It's it's a tough world out here. Someone's got to take care of everybody.
But a day down the road, not even a day, there's a band of about 2 dozen Uthgard.
Oh,
that's,
thank you for the warning. We're heading in that direction.
Mm.
Durain's gonna look at him and be like, "Oh, so you've heard of giants?
Of course.
My friend, I've seen a giant.
You've seen a giant. Very
Kinda like,
interesting. We've seen a giant ourselves, actually.
Really now?
Really no.
Oh, sure. It's dangerous out here. Very dangerous. Just the other day, we saw hill giants wandering across which way was it? It was the west, I believe, up the hills. And he sort of points west towards what some might know on your map as the Star Metal Hills. Yep, we caught a couple wandering that way, but they kept well off the hills when they saw our band.
There
Your
was
band
a-
of adventurers for the common man.
That's right, that's right. But I will say, friends, it is expensive work protecting the lands out here. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask for a toll.
I've got a toll for you right here, and I draw my spear. These are fucking bandits right here, dude. I'm
He goes,
done with spear.
hey, whoa, there's no need for any of that. I mean, we're just doing our best out here to protect the lands. Having us a little coin, we can all go on our way doing our good deeds. Huh?
Hey, buddy. How many giants have you killed?
What's it to you?
Well, we've killed one, so how many have you killed?
Consider this
he-
toll well, friend. Consider it really well, and that's an intimidation.
I got it. Make me I'll say make me intimidation check. You can have advantage because Rock Guzzle kind of came in there. DC's pretty high. He's feeling pretty confident about his numbers.
God damn it, 15.
He says, he sort of looks and you see there is like a sort of maybe something fleets across his eyes and he goes, well, listen, my friends, if you were insistent upon violence, allow me to offer you a warning ahead of time. There's quite a few of us, and only so many of you.
Well, perhaps you could, in lieu of the toll, take our warning of the Uthgard up ahead as a bit of, let's say, barter. We give you information, you let us buy.
Make me a persuasion check.
That's more like it. 23.
Says, that was a fair share of information. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a discount on the toll. I'll only ask from your group 90 gold pieces.
90 gold pieces.
What's your name, friend?
Call me Orc.
Orc?
Yeah.
Rather on the nose.
Well, I don't mean to bother you, but before we get all this business over with, have you heard of a gentleman by the name of the Weevil around?
He goes, oh sure, the one on all those wanted posters up in Longsaddle.
Yeah, since you seem in a similar line of work, I'd figure if, ask if you were acquaintances.
Oh, we're not associated with a devious creature such as that. We're associated, I'm sure, with other devious creatures.
Of course, and are any of them clerics?
Clerics?
Yes.
No.
That is a shame, because if we do stop this, you do have numbers, but you seem to be in short supply and anyone to give you last rites when it's done.
Well, if you insist, we'll just pick your corpse clean. Boys and girls! And he pulls out weapons, and we're gonna roll some initiative.
Alright. There's a lot of them, but there's 4 of us. Well, 5 of us.
That's 10.
Yep, your aide, Doreen, as you pull out your spear, he was like, oh. He just got off the axe beak and just walked away. The retainer has no interest in taking part in the pleasantries. Yeah, he's gonna stand. Good luck, sir!
Thank you.
Tally-ho! And such.
I do love them already.
Yeah, you're like... Thanks. 12. Oh, gotta roll for your NPC here. She does very good for herself. And I gotta put some proper music on. What are we thinking? Metal? We doing the metal?
You can do the metal.
Wake up a little bit.
All right. Let's get it on! 25 to 20.
I have a 3.
Dylan?
19.
19 Durain. 20 to 15. 15 to 10. 10 to 5.
8.
Oh, sorry, 10.
What'd you get, Silas?
A 3.
A 3.
Yeah.
Okay,
At least I'm not
fantastic.
surprised. I can live with this.
Nice. All right, initiative is up. Zindra, who saw where this was going, starts shooting arrows, just letting them fly. She is going to aim for... What is our... Oh, fuck, we can do whatever we want. She's going to aim for that one. All right. That's a hit. That's another hit. She just lets 2 arrows fly. And that's gonna be... she lets 2 arrows fly and this guy... And he's shot straight off of his horse dead. I'll throw the horses in initiative too, because, you know, the ones that don't have riders anymore are probably gonna bolt. That's what Zindra does. Zindra's going to take her steed. She's going to fall back here. All right, Durain, on your axe beak, what do you do, my friend?
I'm gonna ride to Orc and actually, can I spear him from? No, I can't spear him from here. Actually, no, can I?
You're right into
Nice.
melee.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride into melee, spear him, dude.
All right, you just take a little joust forward. Get right into the melee.
Alright.
Your axe beak goes, ah!
That's a nat 20.
Oh, fuck yeah, get him.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is a
One-handed, so 7 plus 6 is gonna be, come on, brain, 13 damage.
13 damage, and then the crit is it would be a d6 plus 1. So
Yeah, I already threw that on there because you rolled
Okay.
7, and then we throw 6 on top of that. That'll make it 13 damage. Fantastic. Do you want to smite?
yeah, I'm gonna smite him.
All right, smite away then.
And then let's where is it? Bonus action. Thunder smite.
This is a divine smite. If you're trying to
Oh,
throw a
divine
crit on
smite.
that,
My bad.
That's 2d8.
Disregard that.
All right.
2d8.
Yeah, and when you use those sort of spell-based smites, you do have to cast them before the actual attack.
Oh, okay. All right. That
Divine smites whatever
is
you want, as long as you hit.
12 for smite damage.
Damn, good rolls. So with 12 on top of it, and because it was a crit, you'll get the extra 16 damage on top of it as well. Whoo, fuck. Durain comes in with the spear. It coats in a sort of green radiance, and as you stab forth, a beam of radiant energy just sears out the other side of his shoulder as you stab deep into his chest, and he goes, ah! And it blows out the back of him. He is bloodied. That hurt. Is there anything else?
That's all.
Fantastic. Well done. Oh boy, guys. Here we go. It's bandit time. Jesus Christ.
I have my pretty dice set up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
D&D Beyond stuff's no longer fun. I want to get my magic rocks.
Yeah, you gotta
you
get your
have
math
some
rocks out, dude.
you have some clacky math rocks here, sweetie.
I do.
All right, I'm just gonna do a little repositioning, and they're gonna form some firing lines. You killed Derek, you bastard! This one's gonna just sort of sit over here.
Okay, there are a lot of them, but we'll already kill this leader
It's
guy.
about like a dozen of them, right?
pick off the jobbers after.
Something like that.
Something like that, right?
This guy will kind of go here. Then these guys will just kind of take up the lines there. Just put themselves in some nice crossbowing position here. We shall blot the sun out with our arrows. All right, we're gonna go around here. I guess I'll just roll for who I'm gonna shoot at. Honestly, I think a lot of that's going at Durain, because that was a very impressive frontal assault.
Yeah.
I gotta say. So these two guys are gonna shoot at you, Durain. That's a 22 for 3 piercing damage.
Okay.
That's a natural 20 for 13 piercing damage. 2 arrows, bolts just fire into your side.
Wow. Already down to 9.
This guy, because it's not quite a clean shot on Durain, is going to shoot, I think, at you, Nienna.
Okay.
14 to hit.
Miss.
Your shield, it gets caught in your shield. Protect yourself. Very nice. This guy, I think, again, not a very clean shot on Durain, so that's going to be for you there, Silas.
All right.
12 to hit.
That misses.
It hits you, but it just sort of like lands in your armor, no damage done. This one is got a better angle on Durain. Is going to shoot at Durain, I think. 19 to hit for 9 piercing damage.
I'm down.
Durain falls from his steed, a single great blow, but lands on the ground beside his axe beak. A good one! This one, these guys, I think, are going to focus fire on you, Silas, because you're right there and you look so shiny.
I'm so shiny.
That's an 8 and an 18.
The 18 hits.
One just whizzes by, the other catches you, like, right between the armor, and you're going to take 3 damage.
Okay.
So that's those two guys. These two folks, one of their buddies died to the archer, so I think they're going to shoot at your good friend over there. I'm going to put her, she's an ally, so I'm going to just let you see what she's taken. And they'll shoot at her. 14 and a 12. The 14 will hit for 7 damage. The 12 misses. She has 2 dexterous. She goes, and kind of pulls the bolt out of her shoulder. As for the horses, this one's going to be very spooked. And it's going to go running like a big circle and kind of charge off in this direction with a dash action. That'll be Rock Guzzle.
Alrighty. I gotta back up. I'm gonna hop off the horse since Nienna's in control of it anyway.
Okay, hop off the horse. Where do you want to hop off? On what side?
Just to the left side behind Silas.
Alright, so over there, that'll be half movement to dismount.
And I'm going to try and throw a psychic blade at the captain. At the orc.
Fantastic. He is 37 feet away. Or 35, we'll call it. You can close the distance if you... Daggers are 20 feet, right?
Psychic blades are 60 feet.
Oh, they have a special... Yeah, they got a special range. Yeah, you're good. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Is it engaged with the axe beak? Is he engaged with the axe beak still?
Angry's the goose.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So then I get sneak attack.
Allied mount.
16.
16... Hits! Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool. So that's... that is 5 total damage, that's including the sneak attack by the look of things.
9 damage total.
And then I'm gonna do a couple of things. I'm gonna activate Theory of the Small, if I can find it. Because I'm a little guy.
Oh, that's a fun one. I love that for goblins.
So that's an extra... that's 2 extra damage. And then I'll use my bonus action to throw a second Psychic Blade.
Yeah, you jump off, you land, and you kind of, in Gambit style, you throw one of these cards, and it like hits him in the chest, and it's almost holographic looking, like translucent, and it sort of lands in his chest, but he kind of as he believes he has been harmed truly within his mind, and it hurts. Go ahead and roll again.
12.
A 12. This time he sort of leans over and the card sails by.
All right.
But he's very bloodied. You dealt some serious damage.
I think that will be. I'm trying to think. Should I? How much? I have 15. Move me like 15 feet back.
All right. Later. You're charging down the road. No problem.
Cool. That'll be my turn.
Fantastic. Nienna.
All right.
What do you do?
Is dismounting an action or just movement?
Half movement.
Half movement.
Also half
Okay,
your
I'm gonna
movement.
ride up to Durain.
All right.
I'm going to dismount, lay my hand on him, and cast a second level Cure Wounds,
All right.
which is
Ooh, I want you, my friend. I'm not as worried about the axe because it was trained, but this is just a standard riding horse. I want you to make me an animal handling check to coax it into danger.
okay. 12.
12? Yep, you succeed. And you sort of ride up to him. Turn goes by.
Okay. So I dismount. I do second level Cure Wounds on Durain, which
Alright.
gives me or gives him. It has a DH therapy, so that's a 7 plus 3
D8
is
for extra
10.
level, right?
Yep, plus 3 is 13 health to Durain.
Nice.
Nice.
As my action, I'm going. Oh, that is my action. Shit.
That
Okay.
was your action, yeah.
As my bonus action, or not bonus, I'm just gonna get back on the horse.
Okay.
And horse disengage and ride out of safety.
Fair enough. You remount your horse, half your movement. There's nothing to disengage from, so you could do
Oh,
a
I
dash
thought
if
that
you
was
wanted
just,
to.
okay. I'm just gonna back off a little bit.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back towards Ebb.
Okay, like over here.
And,
Oh shit, I took the rain. It's fine. Like that?
Because that guy's going towards Ebb, so I'm gonna ride back there and tell him, get on.
Okay. Fantastic. He's like crouched behind the bush. He goes, "Oh, I'm quite all right, thank you." And he has his head down. You see, like this guy's over here pointing crossbows at you guys. He doesn't seem entertained with them.
Oh, okay. I thought he was heading towards Ebb.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, like I'm not worried about the retainer's never going to be much of an issue. They're always going to like just run from battle. So
Okay.
he's just kind of hiding in the brush, and nobody's worried about him because he's not a threat. Like you guys have bows and magic. Like they're like, we don't give a fuck about the retainer.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Well done, Nina. The captain is going to dismount his horse. He is going to land here, pull out a scimitar and a dagger, and he is going to take a dagger or a scimitar strike at you, Durain, try and keep you down on that ground, sir. That is going to be, or he'll just do it from his horse. I don't know what I'm talking about. He's right there. That's going to be 16 to hit.
No hit.
Nope, you get your shield in front of you. Bounces off the shield. He's going to try again. Even worse, he's just got that shield in front of you. He's banging away on your shield. And he's going to take a bonus action and try and sort of stab you with his dagger on his or not his bonus action, but his third attack. And that one will probably miss as well with a 12.
Yeah.
You come to consciousness just in time to get your shield in front of you, and he just starts slamming away at your shield, no dice. His horse is going to disengage, and he's going to turn around and ride the fuck away. He's going to go, kill them! And he is going to go 60 feet.
I'm gonna make an opportunity attack.
He disengaged, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Got it, yeah.
And he just sort of rides this way and says, kill them!
Oh,
that will
is
bring
it?
us to you, Silas.
Okay. He has a lot of attacks. So he's how far
The
away?
horse disengaged, so
Yeah.
he has 3 attacks. He is about 80 feet away. You could get into melee by riding 65 feet. You would have to dash your horse.
Sure. I have a reach weapon, correct?
Oh, you have a reach weapon, that's right. So you would only need to do the standard horse movement.
Yeah, so I'll get within reach of him. And take out the halberd off where it's kind of been slung against the side of the saddle and just go for a big sweep as he's running. because I'm a little more worried about him than people with crossbows.
Fantastic. Okay.
First attack is a 6 plus 5, so an 11.
On 11, you swing with your halberd, but he kind of ducks close to his horse and it goes
Mhm.
over his head. No hit.
Okay. Second roll as a bonus action. I'm gonna make a half strike with Polearm Master.
All right, you spin it around expertly, go for another strike.
That is gonna be a 15.
A 15 just hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. So it's gonna be a D4. And that's 1 plus 3 for 4. Then I'm gonna add a maneuver to it. So make that a menacing attack.
Well, really quick,
and
how much was the initial damage?
4 total.
4 damage. Okay, yeah, he's still up. Go ahead and use your maneuver.
All right. And that's going to be an extra 5 damage on top of that.
5 damage. What maneuver are you utilizing?
Menacing attack. He has to make a DC 13 Wisdom save or be frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
He rolls a 9, and well, he rolls an 11. What's your DC?
13.
13. So you guys see Silas go charging, whip out this halberd, and it swings wide over his head, but then he sort of swings it around his neck, and with the butt end, he like smashes him in the back of the head and lets out this ferocious battle cry, and at the same time smashes Orc across the back of the head, and he starts riding with fear, and you see Silas just manipulate this halberd with an expertise you've never seen before in an individual. He is a master with this weapon.
Awesome. And then I'm going to go ahead and action surge.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
But
So
he's
I
not done.
I can't dash the horse because that would be like an action, right?
You can. So your horse has an independent turn to yours, and you can control it because you're its rider. So you can dash the horse if
Okay.
you want.
Well,
That's
the
what
captain
that's what
can't
Orc did.
the captain can't get closer to me. And if I dash the horse, I can still use my action surge to make another attack on something else.
That's right.
Cool. I'm
Or
gonna
you could just
swing in
attack
on.
the guy again.
I'll let him keep running for a bit.
Okay, you're gonna let him.
Yeah,
Love
the
it.
dude to the right, camera wise.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I'll move in on him and just trying to like do a lance thrust basically with a halberd from horseback.
All right, you dash your horse, giving you 50 feet left once you get into range.
That's gonna be a 24 to hit.
I think that'll hit.
Excellent. I'm gonna go ahead and do another menacing attack on that.
All right.
So base damage is a D10. So that's 4 damage because that's just a 1 on the D10. And that's another 4. So that's 8 damage and another wisdom save.
8 damage. He's still alive. He fails the wisdom save, and he's like, "Ah! How did you talk so many times in one turn, sir?" and he is terrified of you in this moment, and he is very bloodied.
Alrighty. And that'll be my turn.
Incredible. Zindra sort of watches all of Silas's with a little twinkle in her eye, like, wow. And then takes out her bow and she goes to shooting people. Right. Bam, bam. She takes out her bow. She strings 2 arrows at the same time, pulls back, shoots them twice. One hits this guy in the chest, the other hits him right in the head, and he falls dead off his horse.
Nice.
Yeah. To the ground beside. And she is going to continue her sort of charge away from the danger, because she is an archer. That's going to bring us to Durain Rootwood. Durain, you survived the onslaught, but you're hurt. What do you do?
I am gonna stand up, which that probably takes half my speed or no.
Yep, half your speed to stand.
All right, and then
You can always use the rest of your speed to mount your axe beak if you want.
yeah, I just need to much yeah, I should do that. Because so and would mounting my axe be an action?
Nope, it would be half movement. It would cost the rest of your personal movement, but then you would have your axe beaks' full movement left.
Okay, yeah, so let me mount my axe beak.
All right. I
And
believe Axby should have 60 feet, yeah?
yeah, it has 60 feet.
Nice. So you got 60
And,
feet now available to you.
Let me see.
It goes, what?
Honk.
You like that too much?
Honk. Honk.
If how close is you see the two guys towards like 1 o'clock from Durain? How
These
if I attacked one, would the other have disadvantage of his crossbow on me or no?
If you're in melee with someone, their a ranged weapon is at disadvantage.
No, yeah, I know that, but I mean the guy next to him, like one space over, because he's like, is he close enough that he can still shoot his bow at me if I'm in front of that guy, like after my turn? Or whatever?
You could run hypothetically right here.
Yeah,
and
that's what I
attack
was
one
thinking.
of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could get
Okay,
into melee
cool.
with both of them if you wanted to.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm going in there and I'm gonna attack whichever one's looking healthiest, which I think both are fine. So
40 feet. Yeah, neither one has been touched yet. So that's 40
gonna
feet run right there.
yeah, I'm gonna attack the one to my left.
Okay, this guy's about to get it.
Let's see.
How about this, sir? Haha.
That is a 17.
17 will hit. Roll some damage.
That is 7.
7 damage. You lance this guy. He goes, ah! He's still alive, but hurt. Bloodied, in fact.
And as a bonus action, I'm pretty new to Paladin, so I might have some noob questions if that's cool.
Yeah, no problem.
Does Shield of Faith work on myself?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
All right, you come over, you lance this guy. One thing that needs noting is that you need a spare hand to use somatic components. So you've got a shield and you've got a spear, so you need a hand to go.
All right.
In this particular instance, because it's new and you're new to it, I'm going to say you just put your spear in your other hand. You go, God, thank you, and you get your Shield of Faith. But in the future, you will need a spare hand to cast.
Okay, cool.
Spells, unless you have the Warcaster feat.
All right, cool. So, yeah, that's my turn.
All right, fantastic. So you should have a +2 bonus to your AC going forward.
Thanks for that leeway, Ryan. I only give me like 2 of those after level 4.
worries.
Fucking choke me out.
No worries. Fucking choke me out. These bandits right here, we'll deal with them first. They're gonna just. I let you guys have your draw stow if you didn't use your free action, but I'm not gonna be so nice to the bad guys. They throw their crossbows to the ground and they pull out their scimitars and they're gonna attack you, Durain.
Okay.
Because they do have a flank on you in this instance, they will have advantage. First guy is gonna hit with a modified 20.
That's I got 21.
Oh shit! With your all right. He tries to hit you, and then this sort of spiritual shield sort of forms right in front of you, and the scimitar bounces off, and he goes, "What the hell?" And the other guy's going to attack at advantage, and he rolls a 19, but not enough, and you get your shield up on the other side, and it bounces off the shield. You're like a unstoppable bulwark of holy energy.
I give them both like a little smile, like hey.
Hey,
Feeling it
you're
still.
They're going to stay put because they've engaged in melee with their scimitars. Running away isn't going to help them much when they don't have crossbows anymore. This guy is really afraid. So he's going to disengage with his horse. He's going to go, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Because, my arm's almost gone. And he's going to charge away. He'll full dash right off the map. He goes riding into the sunset. Fucking, he's out of there. He's done with this shit. He leaves entirely. This guy, actually, these 3 guys are like, did you see that guy with his stick? Shoot him! And they're going to take crossbow shots at you, Silas, because, boy, you are intimidating.
That's fair.
He's got their leader screaming through the hills.
Yeah, he does, and they're like, what the fuck? One guy shoots for 5, hits your
Keyboard.
bracer, bounce off the bracer, 21 to hit.
That'll hit. Yeah.
It only scathes your cheek. You got like a super cool scar for the rest of the kit. I'm not kidding. It just like hits you on the sort of just over the arm. It's a little gash. 2 piercing damage, not much. But the last one is a natural 20. You are going to take 15 points of piercing damage as it goes right through the armor and into your rib.
All right.
And these guys are gonna sort of. The boss is going that way. We should too, because we're followers. And that's what followers do. And they go sort of following after the boss. All that's left... Oh, is this guy who's going to take a shot at you, Nienna.
Okay.
15 to hit. Does not hit, I think.
Miss.
And then he is going to retreat with his boys over here. He's going to do like a little 60-foot jaunt over here. This one is going to take his crossbow shot at Winterbow. I'll just check the range here real quick. Yeah, we'll give it to him. 17 does hit Winterbow. She's going to take 7 piercing damage. She is hurting bad, folks. She's hurting real bad. She takes another one. She got 2 arrows, poor Boromir style, out of her body. And then this guy sees that he's getting left behind a little bit, and he's going to go charging after his friends. He'll do a full dash to sort of catch up over here. The horses, this one goes riding off into the sunset as well on a full dash. This one goes riding this way in a full dash off into the sunset as well.
I know who Rocco was going to go after. Get another name for the belt. Orc bandit guy.
And that will indeed be Rotguzzle's turn. What do you do?
Alright, how far am I from orc?
From orc? You have a 30-foot speed, right?
Yeah.
You, my friend, are 110 feet, we'll say.
That is just too far for me to get there without like to be able to attack as well.
What about a cunning action? Dash? Cha-ching?
Yep, cutting action dash to get you there.
Yes, we will cunning action dash then to get in range. I'll only have one shot at this, but here we go.
Alright, you go into a 60-foot dash. Your little goblin legs carrying you as far as you possibly can get. And lo and behold, you are within range, my friend.
Alrighty, let's do this.
Alright, go for it. I'm gonna just check some... Oh, no. What'd you get?
9.
9?
I do not roll well in combat.
He's scared.
You send the car and it sort of sails over his head. There's a little bit too much movement with the horse clopping underneath him.
I'm used to moving targets.
Alright, is that all?
It still looks really cool.
It looks really cool as you're throwing fucking...
I'm new to these.
One of
I'm used to
the bandits
knives.
goes, maybe use a dagger instead of a playing card. You'll be more effective in battle.
Maybe you shouldn't run when you outnumber us, you coward. Emma 10.
Well, that was just me. I was just giving you a helpful suggestion. Niana, what do you do?
Is anybody within range of me by a horse?
60-foot range. If you want to grab melee, let's take a look.
The ones near.
This guy that's harassing Derain is in range. You can get into a nice flank there if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, you charge off. 55 feet gets you in the range in a nice little advantage.
Okay, let's go. I'm going to flick my wrist and summon my green flame blade.
All right, you take out your mace. It ignites.
Okay, this is rolled a hit. That is a. I do a mace thing first and just add the damage to it. Is that how it works?
Yes, you roll the attack standard first, and then you do the green flame blade.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit. Roll some damage.
Okay, and the damage is.
I will say at this level though, green flame blade isn't going to do anything, because it's because at this level it leaps to a target within 5 feet. So you could hurt his horse if you want to. At higher levels, you damage the target and nearby enemy.
Would like the booming blade be a better suggestion for that?
Yeah, sure.
That'll
It's
hit.
Alright,
yeah.
we'll do that
This
instead.
one's still really good. It hits a person within 5 feet of the original target, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It'll start getting real chunky at 5th level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'll just do
Oh yeah,
moving
it's,
blade next
it's
time.
tasty. Cool.
It's okay.
Take a big swinging at him, sweet.
So that's a 6 plus the damage from this. Okay, so that's a. Okay, that's just a. I guess the one guy gets 6 damage, and
Alright,
of
6
course
damage,
I guess
you
we'll
clock him.
get whatever the other one is. What is it? 3 damage, 3 fire damage.
Alright, you do 3 damage to his horse. As you smash into him, flame sort of lakes off of him onto his horse, and the horse sort of like in pain.
Okay, and bonus action, healing word on Durain,
All right.
and that is a d4 plus 3, so that's 6 more healing points to Durain.
Very nice.
And my horse is going to disengage, and I'm going to trot away from the melee.
All right, you got 5 feet left in you.
Yeah.
With the disengage, so you can get out of melee range of this guy.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, that is going to bring us to El Capitan, who is leaving because he's so scared. He was a big tough guy until he got fucking smited in the face and then bonked on the head. He's
Mm.
charging away.
Does Silas get an opportunity attack?
No, Silas is like over there.
Oh, okay, I thought it was next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes full dash charging away from you guys. He rides into the sunset. Silas, what do you do?
First off, Silas is gonna like reach down to the arrow and grit his teeth and yank it out, and I'm gonna take the second wind bonus action.
Hey, very nice flavor.
Thank you. That's 7 points of healing on myself, and let's see here. And there's still some dudes over there. The one in lead of that pack of 3, I'm gonna run up and try and just hit.
All right, you want that one right there?
Yeah, but I want to be in melee range of both him and the guy to the right of him.
Got it. We can make that happen. So I think right here, we'll keep
Perfect.
both within range within your 10-foot.
I want to be within 5 feet of them, actually.
We want to be within 5 feet of them. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, you're riding just a little further.
Alrighty. And I'm going to take a swing at the dude on my left.
All right.
It is a 14 to hit.
14 will hit. Roll some damage.
Alrighty. Let's see here. That is 12 points of slashing damage. Or sorry, 11 points.
12 points of slashing. 11 points? He is dead. You and you cut him up, and he falls off his horse, dead as a doornail.
Excellent. That is my turn.
Excellent. Hey, give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. No problem.
No worries. Something must have happened.
I'm gonna run to the washroom.
Sure thing.
Damn. I couldn't kill another orc.
It's okay. He didn't have a name. He was a job.
Yeah. He'll
His
run
job was
off
almost killed.
and retire and hopefully start a farm.
Yeah, he'll retire. You know, admit that.
That.
Admit that he has more than just friendly feelings against his buddy Bill, and he's gonna confess these feelings, and they're gonna get a farm, and he's gonna turn his life for good. That's what he's gonna do.
Colder line than. You got any
Sorry,
clerics with you?
guys.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. you would
I
have
mean,
needed those.
I think the entire party's like, "Whoa!" to Silas. Silas is great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, Silas is like, I'm like a fan of you guys. Like, hey, let me join, whatever. And then comes in and goes, he's like Darth Mauling up the battlefield.
You got any clerics?
Yeah.
No? Oh, well, shame.
All right. Go ahead, Silas. So that was your first your first kill of the battle.
Excellent. Yeah, and I used my bonus action for second wind already, so I'm comfortable right where I am.
All right, that'll bring us to Zindra Winterbow, who is not doing too well health-wise, and I think she's just gonna sit back on this one. She's got 2 health left. She's sort of leaning over her horse, kind of bleeding, and just doesn't want to die. is the overarching theme here. She's got some grit. I think she's gonna be
You pick one off.
a little cheeky and take some disadvantage attacks here. Yeah, this guy shot her. Was that 200? If you get in the range, she would have to do 50. Yeah, you know what? She's gonna ride 50 feet forward to get into range. She's got 150-foot range here without issue. Okay, 5 more feet, so that's 55 feet. And she's gonna take 2 shots. Grits her teeth through the pain. 1 hits, 1 misses. Come on, Zindra. Big number. Big number. We need a big number. Yeah! That's gonna be 9 damage to this guy. Doesn't quite kill
nice.
him, but really bloodies him.
And then she takes a page out of Ciella's book and goes, cocksucker.
No, she's gonna go cock, and she like grabs the arrows that are in her chest, and she's gonna turn around. She's gonna run away, 65 feet, somewhere a little safer, hopefully. That'll bring us to Durain Rootwood.
If I talked to him, like doing like a persuasion or intimidation, is that an action?
Yeah. If you want to try and do like an intimidation, yeah, I call it an action.
All right, so let's just spear the guy that's closest to me, to my left.
All right. The one you have advantage on with Niella?
Yes.
Go for it.
Nice.
That'll hit.
Yes. 17. Yep. And damage. That is 1 damage.
It'll be 3 damage.
Well, no, 3 damage. 3 damage.
No problem. 3 damage. He is very bloodied, but not yet dead.
You know what? Fuck it. Smite it.
All right, he's dead.
Hell yeah.
There's 2 health left.
I'm mad.
He's like, I'm alive. And then a bolt of radiant, like green energy fires down from the sun, and he just fucking disintegrates off of his horse.
Okay, that's my turn.
Good job, Durain. It's bandit time. All right. This guy's gonna shoot his crossbow at Durain. Or actually, stop healing them! And he's gonna shoot you, Nieta.
Okay.
That's a 9. Bounces off your shield. And then this guy is going to do he's gonna scimitar you if you can, Durain. 16 to hit. Oh, God, you got so much AC. All right, this guy. Who did you intimidate? I think it was. Oh, the guy ran off. He left. He was like, "Fuck this shit."
He is no longer frightened of me, by the way.
Yeah, no, he is.
Oh,
Just,
yeah.
not condition-wise.
Statistically, yeah.
Yeah. This guy throws his crossbow into the dirt, pulls out his scimitar, and he's gonna try and swing at you because he's in melee. There's no other choice. 17 to hit.
17 will just hit.
6 slashing damage. He manages to carve into you. Luckily for Winterbow over there, you're the most scary thing on the field right now. This guy's gonna take a little crossbow shot at you before riding off into the sunset. That's gonna be a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
You're gonna take 6 points of piercing damage.
Alrighty.
And then he is going to ride away because he is super duper hurt. With his horse, he is going to just take a full dash, disappear into the sunset. This guy is going to sort of ride over here to get a better angle, and he's going to take his crossbow shot at you. How is a 15?
That'll miss.
Hits your shoulder pauldron, bounces off. As for horses, this horse goes for a dash in this direction because he's very scared. This one is going to do the same thing right off this way, 120 feet. And that'll be that. Alright, Rock Guzzle. You're up.
Alright, I'm gonna throw a psychic card at the bandit in front of Durain.
Go for it. You'll have sneak attack if you hit.
Cool, if I hit.
You can do it.
16.
Yeah, you did it.
Alright, there's my sneak attack. 10 damage. Psychic.
Yeah, he is. Oh, oops! I'm affecting Durain by accident. Yeah, this guy's super duper dead. And it sort of into his neck, and no blood or anything happens, but he goes, "Ah!" And his head, eyes roll back into his head. Blood starts to pour out of his nose, and he falls off of his horse, dead from psychic damage. Which I think is probably scary to all of you. Like, he's throwing these, like, magical, not, like, illusory cards at people, and they're, like, fully believing that they're dying. And so much so that they do, in fact, die.
Yeah.
Is there anything
I have
else?
to take a second to like, that actually worked.
Your will is becoming reality, my friend.
I'm gonna. How far am I from the guy engaged with Silas?
Let's see. You don't have a very clean shot right now because you've got a knight and a horse between you and him. But the one that he's in melee with, that is, we're gonna call that 85 feet. This guy is 85 as well. That is a clean shot.
Like 30 feet. Trying to get 30 feet of movement, trying to get like a clean shot on the one engaged with Silas. At least one of, or get a clean shot on at least one of them.
Yeah, if you go like
Little
all left.
tricky. You can get a clean shot on the guy with the crossbow easily.
I'll go the one
But the one that Silas is, perspective-wise, it's a little difficult. It's very wide.
Okay, so I'll go with the one that's just kind of out of the open. I'll use a bonus action to throw another psychic blade.
All right, go for it.
That is another 16.
Nice.
16 will hit. Roll me some damage.
Alright, this second one does less damage. That is 7 psychic damage.
7. He is bloodied, my friend. Very bloodied indeed.
Was that the one that I hit earlier?
Nope. That guy ran away because he was
Got it,
very
got it,
hurt
got it.
and didn't want to die. There's like
I'll use Fury the Small, tack on another 2 to that.
tag on another 2. Okay, he's hurting bad.
And I'll end my
Very
turn there.
bloody. Oh, I mean he's at 9 now. Excellent, excellent, excellent work. Okay, Nienna, you're up to bat. There's only a few of them left.
Alrighty.
Only
Did
3
Drain
left.
kill the guy that was the guy that's Drain is dead?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to ride towards our ranger.
All right.
Or
She's a ways back there. 60 feet
And-
gets you here.
Okay, and my healing word goes how far? Goes 60 feet.
All right. She is 120 feet off. 60 more feet. If you dash your horse, you can get to her.
Let's do that.
All right. Dash your horse. 60 more feet.
Okay, and let's healing word her.
All right.
The word of the day is get better. And that is 5 points of health.
All right. Both of the arrows sort of like eject themselves from her body, and she kind of gasps for air. She kind of turns back to you in the heat of the combat, gives you like a little like mid-combat nod of thanks.
And I have an action left, eh?
That's right.
Let's challenge divinity. Give her a couple extra hit points if she comes within range of me. Twilight Sanctuary.
Oh, Twilight Sanctuary, gotcha. What's the radius on that?
30.
30 feet.
Yeah.
Incredible. I'm trying to think of the flavor for this because I don't imagine you change the entire structure of the day sky. I imagine anyone who looks in this orb, the color of the sky and the ground in there
dimmer.
is twilight colored.
Yes.
Yeah, just sort of that last cusp of twilight is left if you look into that orb. It's
Mhm.
almost like looking through time to the dawn.
This one that
And
does.
I'm gonna yell over to her,
end your
come
turn,
closer.
right?
He goes, okay. Captain's gone. He ran the fuck away.
Oh, and that's, by the way,
Silas.
that's seven temporary hit points.
Okay, she's not in your thing.
Yeah, I know.
So
I get them.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you. Oh, for you. Okay, gotcha. Okay, Silas.
All right, I'm gonna take a swing at this dude in front of me.
Fantastic.
I use inspiration to reroll.
Okay.
The 14.
14 will hit. Roll some damage. A proper chevalier.
Drop that die, picking it up. That is 12 points of slashing.
Oh, he's dead with one blow again. You slash him and he like across the neck and a little bit of the shoulder. Just gushes blood, falls off his horse dead.
All right, and I'm gonna redirect the horse towards the other guy there, and just kind of swing the halberd around my shoulders a bit to bring the blunt end like a baseball bat swing basically towards him.
Understood. You get right into 5 feet.
I get
That
what you
is
mean,
an 8 though.
Got it. You sort of slash it, and as you ride in, you kind of go for that backhand,
Mm.
sort of offhand swing, and he kind of gets out of the way in time. 8 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Alrighty, it's okay.
Well done, well done, well done. Zindra will sort of trot her horse over. You get the sense that she's done with combat. She got real hurt.
Well, she has
Um,
7 extra hit points now.
All right, so she rides in there. She's going to get 7 hit points. We love that for her. Come on, Zindra. Come on. There we go. You're, I feel like there's a better way to track it. No, there isn't. I'm going to just do it here. She's feeling pretty good now. She's like, oh, wait. I am strong. I am great. I'm going to go ride and kill them now. She did 20 feet. She's going to ride the rest of her 40.
Well, she left the circle and she loses her hit points.
She does, but she loses them?
Yeah, you have to be in the
Oh.
circle.
Oh, I thought she
Let me
gets to
just double
keep
check
them
that.
when she-
Let me double check
I
that.
thought she
No,
she
they
gets
just,
them. Yeah.
You just have to
and they
go
hang
through
out.
it. If you
Yeah.
get
Oh,
touched
you
by-
only get them if you end your turn.
Oh
in the
yeah,
sphere,
okay,
but
it
you
lasts for
keep the
1
temp
minute or
HP.
until you're incapacitated or die. Okay, never mind.
All right, she rides out of there feeling a lot better about herself now that she's not going to die. And all. Silas looks pretty content, so she's going to take her dash in the middle of the road. She's going to aim for that guy over there, reaching her 120 feet. Pew pew. Merca. One misses, the other hits for a measly 4 damage. Unfortunately, she's hurting pretty bad. And that'll be her turn. Derain. Look, she softened him up for you.
And Silas is looking good. Like they're chilling.
Oh no, he's extremely injured.
Oh, okay. So on I am gonna instead dash with my axe beak. I mean, I keep saying it. God damn it.
Oh, you said it right.
You said
Actually.
actually.
I said it right. I know how to speak English. And then I'm gonna use my movement to get flank Silas to finish this.
You can dash
turn.
your axe beak to get into flank.
Okay, cool. So all right, so yeah. Dash my axe
Right.
beak, get into flank, and take a swing.
Go for it. Oh, come into a brother in arms. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, 18 will hit.
Nice.
18 will hit.
18.
No problem.
him.
Finish him. Yeah, you're on there, Sir Silas, like bleeding, hurt. He's like raising his scimitar, and then the spear stabs through his chest, and he falls off of his horse dead.
Nina's gonna call out, "Get the horse!"
Free horse.
Free horse.
Silas
Well
does
done,
like a
Durain.
little up nod, basically.
Yeah.
Little
And,
salute.
Thanks, bro.
That's lay on hands isn't a bonus action, yeah?
No, that is a full action, unfortunately.
Okay, cool. So that's it.
All right, that is going to be the bandits' turns. Lo and behold, with that one guy left, he's like, well, fuck this, and he rides off into the sunset because you don't want
fuck
that
this.
smoke. Because fuck this shit, I'm not gonna 1v1 this entire party that just took down like 10 of my guys. And with that, that'll call an end to the initiative. Very well done, folks. Victory is yours.
And everybody, now we have enough forces for everybody.
That you do. That
Right
you
as the
do.
fight fades, Durain will do that 80s warrior forearm.
Hell yeah.
That was
Yeah, he'll-
quite a technique. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
bro,
give-
you're so sick. Yeah, no, bro, you're sick.
and you get all 15 lay on hands.
Oh, excellent. I'm up to 18.
Cool.
And I
What the hell is happening? It's still playing metal, but I've changed the music track.
Is the
I
ping
thought
really
so
on?
too. And it did that earlier with the tavern, dude. It had two of them going. It had like people chilling, and then it was like music.
I'm gonna just swap maps for a quick sec to see if that fixes it. But in the meantime, you guys have done it. You do see these horses sort of running around spooked, and plenty of bodies on the ground to loot. And you of course see horses riding, or really wounded bandits riding off into the hills and into the grasslands defeated. You guys have saved this road from some unfortunate highwaymen. What would you like to do? Because I'll say there are some things that will only be an option if you act quickly, like as you say, these horses that are running wild.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try and wrangle one of the horses because
Same,
there's one
yeah.
near me.
All right, well, Silas, you got one right next to you. That's just a matter of like, make me an unarmed strike just to see if you can just grab the reins before it runs away. You get an opportunity attack essentially. I'll give you 2
Sure.
opportunities.
Okay. So it'll be a d20 plus
Strength.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. It's a 17, so 22 total.
Easy. Before it could ride off, you grab onto its reins and sort of, and it's kind of freaking out in your hand. Go ahead and make an animal handling check to calm the beast.
Alrighty. Animal handling. Roll that. That's just a +1. Let's see. So it's gonna be a 9.
A 9. You're struggling. Like it's not bucking you or running away or anything, but it's gonna take a minute to calm this one down. So that's what you're doing for the next minute. But you will succeed eventually. Rockguzzle, you have the speed to charge up to this horse before it gets out of there. Make me an animal handling check to calm it down.
Can I? It's a bit weird. It says that for psychic whispers, a telepathic thing. We didn't need a common language to understand each other. So can I use it to telepathically speak to the horse to try and calm it?
Yeah, I'll allow you to use perception and persuasion in exchange for animal handling if you choose.
Yeah, okay, that's a little bit easier for me. Let's do this. 13.
13, yeah, you go into its head and you speak with more sort of idea and imagery and sound to emulate what your point is. Friend. And it goes,
Dude, I just
friend.
image of all the horse feed in the inner house.
Ooh, horse feed. And the horse will calm and sort of like approach you with a sort of acknowledgement and understanding that you are the voice in its head. And it goes, ooh, food in its head. Okay, so that's what Rockguzzle, that's what Silas are doing. Is Nienna up to anything? Is Durain up to anything? In the
Nina's
immediate
gonna
moment?
just trot around and heal anybody who needs it.
All right.
Um,
I think some people are pretty wounded.
Yeah.
I know the archer, Winterbow's gonna say, short rest. Short rest would be
Yes,
fantastic
patch
if
up.
we could.
Thank you for the assistance, Durain. That could have gone poorly in a few ways.
But it went right in all the ways that matter. So
That is true. So I'll take that.
and Durain is gonna unfortunately the leader's not here, but he'll check like the grunts. If it's just like bandit stuff, Durain's not gonna pocket it. But like maybe they took like he's gonna look around. He's gonna look at their loot, like if
Yeah.
you know what they may have snagged from other people. He's looking for that more than like, you know.
Okay, Nienna, you can provide healing to whoever you please.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I'm going to start providing you all with what's in the bandits' pockets. And they've been taking tolls, so they're doing pretty good. So you, Silas, will have tamed yourself a horse.
Excellent.
That is a riding horse that's equipped fully with bit and bridle and riding saddle. And the same goes for you, Rockguzzle. You have your own riding horse with its own bit and bridle and its own riding saddle.
Oh, Eb, we finally have a horse for you.
Oh, he goes, oh, I have to say, Sir Silas, your execution, as always, was excellent. You were very skilled in battle from the sidelines.
Thank you.
Indeed.
I'm either dehydrated or I've lost a startling amount of blood, but beyond that,
Oh.
I'm great.
Goodness, I'll be more than happy to patch you up and seam up your clothing. When we
Nienna's gonna
rest.
take care of that.
Yep.
The healing part.
Yep. Go ahead.
So,
And your manservant will provide you a water skin.
Silas will just be guzzling the water skin as people like go through
Nienna's
pockets.
going to do a first level cure wounds. For 9 hit points.
Oh, sure, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna find
thank you.
all of the dead people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You guys killed 7 bandits. I will provide you with what they have. All right, I'm gonna add all the coin up because there is a couple coins. There were 7 of them, I said. 3, 6, 11, 12, 28. You guys made. There's 34 gold between all of them. They all had between all of them. There was 34 gold pieces in their pouches. They were all equipped with light crossbows, scimitars, and leather armor. If anyone wanted to sort of use any of that equipment.
That's
I
6
imagine
gold each, and 2 people get an extra 1.
Excellent.
I'd say we give the extra 2 gold to our ranger, because she got pretty fucked up as well, and we
Yeah.
want to keep her.
You give 2 gold to her? Okay, cool.
Well, no, I divided it against all 5 of us. So
Oh, so how much are you getting?
she gets 7.
7.
The rest of us get 5.
Excellent. She'll be very thankful for that. So I'm trying to find my hunting
How
and
much
skinning list here.
gold do we all get, Jupe, besides Winterbow?
We get 5 gold for this one, for this round.
I will lock it down.
And it was just crossbows and arrows that other than that.
Yeah, it was
Nothing-
just like light armor and archery type shit.
Silas would take one of the crossbows and associated, standard ammunition, presumptively.
It's all bolts. Yeah, bolts and bolt cases.
Yeah, and then beyond that, he would just start collecting the scimitars and strapping them to the spare horse. That is now Eb's horse.
Understood. Just getting your bandit information here to see if I'm missing anything. Okay, never mind. Yeah. Okay, you want scimitars? There would be 7 scimitars. You can strap those 7 scimitars to the side of that horse. You may add those to your inventory, or the horse's inventory. I think there's 8 light crossbows, because some of them discarded their light
Cost 'em,
crossbows, but
yeah.
only one of them got away who had discarded their crossbow.
Yeah.
So there should be an extra one laying around, not including bolts. And that's the loot.
Whenever we're in the next town, we could either sell off those weapons or provide them to someone that could need them. Sometimes the spoils of battle are worth more than the change in their pockets.
Likewise. I suppose we'll see our orc friend anytime soon. I think he learned his lesson.
I suppose he did. I hope he did.
Hope he did.
Bare minimum, he doesn't exactly have a crew to get up to this
Okay.
with.
This crew's looking a little smaller these days.
Well, shall we ride forth and set up camp at the end of the day? Hopefully nothing else happens.
Sounds good to me.
Green fields and hay, lots of hay. Have you ever
Time of
seen
day
inside
is
a
it?
horse's mind?
What? Guzzle, what do you think the horse is thinking? You're in its head. It doesn't even know it had a head. Now you might have just changed everything for this horse. And I look at the horse as I say that.
The horse, you hear within your mind, Rockguzzle, food, feed.
It's hungry. Definitely hungry.
Is it towards the end of the day or is it like midday, morning?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
We'll say it's about time to camp.
Okay.
Start up a camp. I think.
Okay, so with that, you guys all set up camp on this field of victory where you may bandage your wounds and prepare for the journey ahead. But we will end the session there on their second day of travel on the road.
Heck yeah.
Awesome.